The cult of personality.
Good afternoon on a Thursday afternoon from a wonderful, beautiful day in Ocala, Florida. You have found the Voice of Ocala radio program. I'm Tom Schmitz along with Austin Tatman on a beautiful, nice mid-80s day in Ocala. Blue skies, coming to those white fluffy, look like cotton clouds in the sky.
White fluffy look like cotton.
Yeah. Nice day in Ocala today. Was able to wake up early this morning while the fog was still hung thick in the air and play around the golf with Austin. Enjoyed the morning golf, Austin.
Yeah, it was nice. It's the first time I've been on the links in forever, but it was fun.
Didn't enjoy that you beat me, but I enjoyed the game of golf.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. So let's be honest, neither one of us played very good.
No, we will.
And we still made Dan Martone look like a rank amateur.
That's all right. It was all in good fun. It's a great way to spend a Thursday morning.
It is a great way to spend a Thursday morning. And I mean, we literally, when I say in the fog, the first three or four holes, no idea even where the flagsticks were.
It didn't matter on your drive. You just hit, where'd your ball go? Into the abyss.
In the abyss.
Just went there.
Speaking of the abyss, there may be a break in the search for the Malaysian plane that has been eaten up by the abyss.
Yes. Seeing photos by U.S. satellites and
possible debris about 1,500 miles off the coast of Australia. The Malaysian government are calling this the most credible lead they've had so far. And it really is. The objects that were spotted are around 1,500 miles southwest of Perth, Australia. That roughly is the far end of the southern track that it was calculated the plane could reach.
You know what? I read an article on CNN this morning, and you just said that this is our most credible lead yet. This area in the ocean is known to be basically a garbage bin where a bunch of garbage and debris from everything just settles.
Right. So they're not, they've sent 2 Royal Australian Air Force Orions, a U.S. Navy P-8 Poseidon, and a Royal New Zealand Air Force Orion out Thursday. They sent them out. They have been since called back in and will go back out tomorrow morning because, remember, they are about 14 hours ahead of us. So it's already well into the nighttime there.
Yeah, kind of hard to do a search in the nighttime.
So this may be, the plane. They don't know yet, but they're still investigating. So we may have found the plane, Austin.
Very, very, there's a chance, but I think it's a small chance.
And this story is, I don't want to say it's losing steam because, there are people's lives at stake and family members that want some closure on what happened to their loved ones. But are you starting to tire of this story? Because 3 days ago, I was riveted to this story.
Yeah.
But there's only so much I can hear of the same stuff being regurgitated to me. There's nothing. This was the first new thing, and it broke last night. I was watching the 11 o'clock news, and they said breaking news at like 11:20. They come up with this. And Australia, according to the people in Australia, they saw this on satellite 4 days ago.
What?
Yeah. 4 days ago it was spotted. So
Australia is now withholding.
No. Australia sent ships out there to look. It just took them that long. It's in such a remote part of the world that it takes you a while to get to it. So
yeah, and they're saying that this object is nearly 80 feet in length. They're saying it could be the tail height,
right,
or the tail thing, but the tail height's only 60 feet. So it might just be a random side panel, even if it is related to MH370.
Right. So we're gonna, but it's like the Malaysian government says, the most credible lead they've had to date.
Yes.
In a group that hasn't had many credible leads. Yeah. I mean, remember we said yesterday, Courtney Love has just about as much idea of where the plane is as the Malaysian government does.
Me and you, Tom Schmitz and Austin Tatman.
And I haven't looked at a satellite image, and I got just as much idea where the plane is as the Malaysian government does.
Right.
Speaking of another crash and burn incident, I'm not going to win $1 billion.
What's it like realizing you're just out?
I'm
you're
deflated.
Already out.
I'm deflated.
It's Thursday at 3 p.m. and you're out.
I'm deflated. I'm out of the running already. I'm not going to win $1 billion from Quicken Loan and Warren Buffett.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I wasn't even in the chance to win it.
If you don't know by now, you should know. Quicken Loans and Warren Buffett were offering $1 billion. That's a billion, a B, not million, $1 billion to anyone that completed their March Madness college basketball bracket without a loss. I would venture to say 70% of that is already done.
Yes.
As the Dayton Flyers take out the Ohio State Buckeyes, it was an 11-6 match?
Yep, 6-11. Ohio State was the 6, Dayton was the 11.
Dayton wins by 1.
Yes.
I have Ohio State going all the way to the Elite Eight. My bracket is done already.
You already got a bunch of red marks.
My bracket is finished already. And guess what game this was of 63?
Numero 5.
No. It was the first tip-off. I don't count the playing games.
You don't count the playing games? Okay.
I mean,
one.
Right. Of the 64 teams, it was the first game.
Well, I guess you have to consider it the first game because
that's all they're
bracket.
63 games. That's all they're doing on Quicken Loans.
They didn't worry about the first 4 games.
I was eliminated. My bracket is done after game 1.
Well, for all that it's worth, I had Dayton winning.
You did have Dayton winning.
Yes.
Game 1, my bracket's done.
Yeah, we'll talk about later about the psychology of losing in the first or losing very close to the end.
You know what I found out about today? Today is the day that is the least productive work day of the calendar year. Today and tomorrow are the 2 least productive work days of the calendar year in corporate America. Because people do not care about doing work from noon until the bell rings for them to get out of work. They're on their computer. There are companies that have set up firewalls and all to block you from being able to go to CBSSports.com and watch the game.
Everybody turns into a basketball fan and a basketball aficionado this time of year.
There are many ways to watch these games without the office blocking them.
Yes.
FirstRow.com, FirstRow.eu, First Row Sports. That's a good way to watch them. That's an English website that, a lot of employers don't block. Not that I'm telling you to go watch these games, but FirstRowSports.com.
You have to go through a lot of random links and stuff like that.
Pop-ups and everything, but you can get to the games that way. This basketball tournament grabs the attention of so much of the demographic of this country. There are women that care less about basketball that fill out brackets and watch it intently, having no idea what they're watching. I have a friend of mine that has no idea about college basketball. He is the most unsports guy. He plays World of Warcraft. That's his thing.
Right.
Okay? He's very good at chess. He'll beat you in chess in like 8 moves and laugh at you for trying to play. Right?
Right.
Doesn't know. The only thing he knows about sports is he feels like they're useless endeavors. Grown men fighting each other to score points in a game that doesn't make much sense. That's how he looks at sports.
Okay, he can have his opinion.
He fills a bracket out every year.
And that's what's so great. That is what's so great about this tournament because, like you said, women that don't know what they're watching, don't know who they're watching, will fill out a bracket, will have a favorite. People who don't care about sports, who think sports are a waste, will fill out a bracket and be interested.
My brother-in-law and sister went out of their way to set up dog food bowls. Now they have 8 dogs. They let one dog in at a time, and they would switch. When the one dog picked it, then they'd switch the names on the dog food bowl. Took them almost 2.5 hours, filled their bracket out that way.
Well, I told you guys 2 days ago.
By the way, had Dayton.
Nice. So the dogs know. I told you a couple of days ago, we even have a bracket for my dog.
Yeah, but you fill it out for you fill it out.
Yeah, he didn't choose, obviously.
Right. They let their dogs choose a food bowl and then write it down on the bracket.
It's a good idea.
The dogs had Dayton.
They're smart, man. They know their basketball.
I didn't have Dayton.
I did.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about pop culture, because pop culture today is this bracket and it is this airplane. Pretty much everything in the world right now going on news-wise is this bracket and this airplane. And, oh, yeah, maybe the Ukraine army pulling out of Crimea just saying, okay, here, take it. Take it, Russia.
Does anybody really have a complete comprehension and understanding of what's really going on in Russia and Ukraine?
No. I know that when they voted, they couldn't vote. They could either vote, yes, we want to secede, or yes, we eventually want to secede. There was no box on the voting to say, no, we don't want to secede. I do know that.
All right. It's a start.
Yeah, so I know a little bit something, but not much. We're going to take a break. Pop Culture Thursday, plus Lori Blunt and Gregory joins us as Healthy Living Thursday as well, right here on the Voice of Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com. The Source.
Since 1976, Daniel L. Hightower, a lawyer, has been fighting for accident victim justice in North Central Florida and statewide. He believes everyone in America should follow the rules, including the insurance companies. He and his firm have experience fighting for victims of personal injury, wrongful death, workers' compensation, and Social Security disability, as well as serving those in need of help with bankruptcy, simple wills, and estate plans. The mission at the law offices of Daniel L. Hightower, PA, is to represent deserving clients and recover the maximum benefits they are entitled to by law in a timely manner. In personal injury and workers' compensation cases, there are no fees or costs unless a recovery is made. The law office of Daniel L. Hightower is located at 7 East Silver Springs Boulevard, Suite 300. For your free consultation, call 352-629-7777 or 1-888-LAW-1976 and visit danhightower.com for more information. Daniel L. Hightower, PA lawyer, fighting for accident victim justice, and the proud sponsor of Ask the Cops.
This reprise of Ask the Cops is proudly brought to you by Daniel L. Hightower, PA lawyer, fighting for accident victim justice since 1976.
Chief Graham, I'd like to get you and the sheriff to talk about how these cases come to you and how you find them out. And also, if you know of something and you're pretty sure something's going wrong, how to report it.
Yeah, they come in all different kinds of ways. A lot of them come through the school system. Where teachers will notice behavioral changes in the kids, so they'll talk to them. Sometimes we'll get the reports from neighbors. Sometimes we get them from people in the community that see them at the mall and see the kids being abused out in the open, and they'll call us. So there's no really one way that we hear about it.
That was a reprise of Ask the Cops, proudly brought to you by Daniel L. Hightower, attorney fighting for accident victims justice since 1976, and can be heard the second and fourth Friday of every month on the Voice of Ocala.
Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, the new old-fashioned bank. Let us introduce you to Ocus, a simple way to bring your business online. Through this relationship, your business can have a fully functioning website in less than 30 minutes. We will also provide you support with social media, sales tracking, e-commerce, and online scheduling, which is all optimized for mobile users. Ocus, now at Gateway Bank, Silver Springs Boulevard, Ocala. Come visit our technology center for your total small business solution. I'm Tom Ingram, and I'll see you there.
Phoenix Promotional Solutions, your company supplier of banners, digital decals, yard signs, and magnetic signs. Where you give them approved artwork by noon, the next day by 4 p.m., you pick up your banners, digital decals, yard signs, and magnetic signs. Phoenix Promotional Solutions, 368-2404. That's 368-2404. Don't forget, they do vehicle wraps also. Phoenix Promotional Solutions, 368-2404.
Have you seen Bob Wine's super special in this week's newspaper ad? Here it is. Number one size canna lilies, regularly $5.99 each, yours for only $1.99. Yes, $1.99 for quality canna lilies at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala. Here's another super buy, special purchase of geraniums, the 5-inch size, just 99 cents each. BOGO, you got it. All lawn fertilizers are buy one, get one at Bob Wine's this week. Trees, large from 6 feet at $29.99 to super gigantic jumbos 18 feet and larger, just $4.99. Delivered, planted, and guaranteed. That's just a tiny sample of this week at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, Southeast 38th Street, Ocala. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 5 for the best bargains of the spring. Bob Wine's since 1952 and still growing with Ocala.
what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
A lack of protein is going to lead to chronic tiredness, frequent colds, and a loss of muscle mass, which slows metabolism and makes it harder to lose weight. Shoppers who try things on are 57% more likely to buy something, because once we see how cute we look in that sweater, we feel like we already own the thing. If you're dealing with a close talker at a party, create a barrier for your personal space. Hold your drink or a plate of food in front of you.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Don't get caught without your daily source of senior deals. Pick up your copy of the Senior Voice newspaper. It's your source for schedule and events tailored to seniors, with information you need, like a list of free events in the area. We even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company to you that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about them. For more information, call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223. And pick up your copy of the Senior's Voice at most any business up and down the 200 corridor.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
This is Tom Schmitz live at the WOCA News Center with this news break brought to you by Gateway Bank. Alan Krosky, 55, was charged Wednesday with second-degree attempted murder after he told Ocala Police Department officials that he struck his 87-year-old father once in the head with a pipe and twice in the face with a sledgehammer. The judge set bond for Krosky at $250,000 and told him that if he posts that bond, he should not return to his father's residence. Ralph Krosky, the father, remained in critical condition Thursday at Ocala Regional Medical Center, according to police. This news break was brought to you by Gateway Bank, your new old-fashioned bank. Join Buddy Fridays for Community Gazette Day from Gateway Bank.
Bring me down, can't none bring me down. The love is too high. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. I said, take now. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. The love is too high. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. I said,
Welcome back to the Voice of Ocala on a Pop Culture Thursday, on a gorgeous Thursday afternoon. I'm so lucky that my co-host and cohort here decided to come in instead of doing something in one of her gardens or in her yard or something on such a nice day like this with the plants blooming. I'm sure the azaleas and the dogwoods are popping all over her yard, but she took time out of her busy day to join us. So let's welcome in Lori Martin Gregory. Hi, Lori. How are you?
I'm doing well, Tom. Thank you. You paint such a pretty picture of me, like a Martha Stewart kind of thing.
No, you're not so much a Martha Stewart as you are. You just enjoy working with your hands and stuff like that out in the garden. And I know I saw your garden last year, and I saw your chickens last year. And,
yep.
You know,
I'm a putterer. I like to putter.
You like to putter around?
Yeah, I think so.
Keeps you busy.
Yeah.
Isn't there some proverb about idle hands or something in there?
Devil's Playground, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So, and now with Alexander getting older by the minute, he's finding more and more things in the outdoors. And you have such a lovely yard and everything. I bet a day like today would be just a potpourri of fun for you and your son out in the yard.
It is really exploded, I'll tell you, with the rain that we had a couple days ago. Everything's pale green with all this new growth. There are flowers everywhere. It's a great time of year to be down here, that's for sure.
Unless you're the Malaysian government, it's a good time of year.
Right. Or a passenger on the dreaded flight that we, I guess, now know. Do we have confirmation?
No, we do not have confirmation that 3370 has been found.
Would you have ever guessed when we were talking about this last week that we would still be in the same spot in terms of knowledge, because we really don't have anything further confirmed since last week.
Last week we talked about this, and this was the hot topic story.
Oh my gosh.
The plane had been missing for 8 days in?
And I thought it was like a matter of minutes we were going to hear the news.
You were actually looking on your phone. I was looking on the computer.
Hourly.
Yeah, glued to it.
Because I thought for sure.
Are you still glued to it?
I do check, but not as often, and I do feel that it is down.
I mean, I was looking at Twitter posts. I was looking at everything, message boards, everything.
It's sad, and I'm such an eternal optimist. I hate even saying this, but last week, I was still very hopeful. And
last
week
I thought there may be a chance for rescue.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Now it's just a chance for recovery.
Right. And unfortunately, that's been the biggest change from last week.
That's the only change from last week.
Yeah. Well, it seems less likely.
Because the Malaysian government is still in the... We said yesterday on this radio program that Courtney Love, who says she's found the plane, knew where the plane was, and had satellite data because you can go out to all these apps now out there that you can look at the same satellite pictures that the Malaysian government looking at.
Right.
Courtney Love yesterday knew about as much where the plane was as the Malaysian government did.
Right. That's kind of scary.
I haven't looked at one satellite photo, and as of yesterday, until the new stuff about off the coast of Australia came up last night, I knew about the same amount of where the plane was as the Malaysian government did.
Yeah, that's scary too.
How are they ever going to get anybody to tourist in Malaysia ever again?
I don't know. I'm sure they will. It's a beautiful place.
Kuala Lumpur is very, very gorgeous.
Yes.
And I've only lived through it, lived seeing it by watching The Amazing Race, which is one of my favorite television shows, and they always go to Kuala Lumpur.
But isn't it crazy when you think about it that, first of all, the oceans are so much bigger than we sort of take for granted.
71% of our surface is the oceans.
But like in that part of the world, which I don't frequent that often.
No.
We're talking about some big oceans. I mean,
big,
big. Talking like 1,000,000 square feet or whatever.
Right.
They're looking.
It's ridiculous. A million square miles.
It's still kind of crazy to me that we could lose a plane. Like that we, in this day and age, with all the technology,
with all the satellites, we can lose a plane
for many days. We cannot know where a plane
is. And they still don't know where it is. They think they know where some debris is. But this is like Austin said, he read a story on CNN, that this area of the Pacific is where all the garbage in the Pacific seems to
swirl,
settle.
So the currents may have. We don't think that the plane necessarily landed.
Where they have it, where they have it at, where they say this debris is,
the currents have carried it.
No, it is literally still within the swath of area that they believe the plane could have flown with the fuel it had.
So is it? I don't know if you saw on the internet this week. The simple explanation was flying around Facebook and the internet. It was a former pilot who wrote what he thought happened, which he was the first person.
I did not see this.
He said it seems pretty logical to me, especially since the plane changed altitude dramatically.
Right.
Right before it lost signal, that the plane was under some kind of trauma and duress, and that the crew was trying to cope with it as best as it could. And so his logical explanation was to look at the closest airport where the pilot might be trying to go to land the plane. And so he was following a path that he thought, and I don't recall if it was specifically in Australia, but I think it was in that general direction. But it seems like you would think, right?
Somebody else would have thought of that already.
Somebody else would have thought of that if the plane was in distress, what would be the closest and safest airport where the pilot might head? That might give us some clue where he might have redirected the route of the plane. He obviously didn't make it, but that should give us some indication of where he was trying to go.
See, now one of the biggest things that I found out about this week during all the stories is that the pilot of this plane had a simulator of the exact same plane that he home built a flight simulator in his home.
I know, but I think it's sad that our first instinct is to jump to examining him.
But that's not my problem. My problem, I was with you. I was like, so what? He's a pilot. He's got a flight simulator. So he's at home doing flight simulation. Good for me. That means he's a better pilot. That's good for me.
And so what if he deleted files from February? I don't care.
Yeah, see, now they're saying he's deleted more than just files from February. That he's deleted the last 90 days of files.
But that could have just been cleaning up his computer.
It could have been, or it could have been he didn't want you to know what he was doing.
But isn't it sort of a sad state of affairs that we jump to that kind of analysis before considering where the closest airports might be, where you would land the plane if the plane was in distress?
Theoretically, yes. In reality, September 11th, 2001.
I know.
Don't you think that they've already checked all those closest airports? And since they've checked them,
why didn't
jump to this conclusion?
I would think, Austin, but why did this former pilot, why was he the first to point out that would be the logical course of events if the plane were in distress?
Well, maybe they hadn't pointed that out, just they've already looked at it and it was a non-starter. So you never know.
I've watched too many hours of CNN over this story to have not heard that they checked all the logical landing spots for a plane in distress, whatever the closest airports.
Which is exactly the conversation we had about Bill Riley as well, when Bill Riley was like, he's been beat by Anderson Cooper all week in the ratings, and that's never happened.
Oh, interesting.
And Bill O'Reilly said, yeah, but if I ran 3 hours of just the plane stuff, and I said, But the reason he's losing to Anderson Cooper, the same people are still watching Bill Riley that watch Bill Riley. The same people are watching Anderson Cooper. It's the people that watch neither of them that are interested in this plane story, and CNN's carrying it all the time. That's why he's winning.
Right.
Okay? Bill O'Reilly's like, what kind of people? The world's going into hell in a handbasket.
Wait, you're saying Bill Riley is beating Anderson Cooper?
No, O'Reilly's
the other
losing
way.
to Anderson Cooper.
I see.
But it's because Anderson Cooper's been running complete coverage of this plane crash.
Nonstop.
The same people who watch Anderson Cooper are going to watch Anderson Cooper no matter what he's doing.
Well, I think part of the fatigue, part of the story fatigue, and really the most important element at this point for me is the families. My heart just goes out to these families that have been
the
suffering.
American family, the brother of the American that's on the plane, he keeps coming on the air, and I'm like,
I mean, it's just so painful that they would be held in limbo. But part of the fatigue, I think, around this story is you tune in to CNN, you turn on Anderson Cooper, and they have breaking news.
It's
not breaking news. It's the same news you told me yesterday. This is not new.
The first breaking news I heard actually was on a local channel last night, Channel 6. As they were about to go to sports, they come up, breaking news.
I know.
And they said, Australia has said that they found possible things. They're going to send ships out tomorrow. But that's the first new thing I'd heard in a week that really got me saying, maybe that is something.
Yeah, it's just unfathomable to me that we could lose a plane this size for this long in this day and age.
You say this day and age, and I've read a couple articles where they said that the technology that these planes are using in terms of tracking and GPS is not as updated as you think, that they're still using systems that are antiquated and outdated that were new in the 90s.
Right. The systems these planes are using were installed in 1991 and 92.
Right.
Here's the thing. And even the American plane, even planes flying in our airways have the same outdated GPS stuff and all. Do you know why? Because it would take 80 billion?
70 to 80 billion.
Yeah.
70 to 80 billion to switch them over to the newer technology.
Right. But that's not what I mean when I say in this day and age. I'm referring more to the age of drones, where Big Brother is supposedly everywhere. And, there's been such a backlash against the United States for using drones to get information. And, there has been the general sense that there is overexposure of everything. And yet a giant airplane can disappear and we cannot find it.
A giant airplane.
Right.
230 feet long by 20 foot wide with a tail section about 65 feet tall. In an ocean that is 71% of the surface of the planet of Earth. We're talking literally a small needle in a big haystack.
But then I guess there aren't as many satellites up there spying on everything and everybody as I sort of imagined that there were.
Or maybe there is, they're just not letting us know.
Well, or maybe there is, and they're not in that part where this plane crashed. Because I think if an American plane crashed some sort off of our
the Russians
coast,
will be able to tell us where it was because their satellites that are watching us will be able
much
to
quicker to find
it. Not a whole lot going on 1,500 miles off the coast of Perth.
Yeah, well, there is now. There's every warship known to man practically out there.
So we touched on earlier that spring has sprung, and let's talk about our health when we come back, healthy living, and maybe some tips now that spring has sprung that you
reset. How to hit the reset button.
Right. You can tell us some tips now that spring has sprung.
Sure.
We'll do that next. Lloyd Martin Gregory, Healthy Living, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Recent reports reveal the average car is 11 years old. Yikes! We've got a car health crisis in this country.
Chris Spears here from Prestige Auto Sales. I'm on a mission to help people get rid of the old car they hate, so I've created the Old Car Exchange.
Trade in your old car early, regardless of age, mileage, and condition.
Even if you still owe $2,000, $3,000, or $4,000 and drive away in a nicer, newer car.
Possibly for the same or lower monthly payment. Plus, based on the sale price of the nicer, newer car you choose, you may qualify for a car health subsidy.
And get up to $4,220 more than the appraised value of your old car. Stuck in an old car because of pre-existing credit conditions?
R for the People Credit Approval process is just what the doctor ordered.
Trade in your old car early and drive away in a nicer, newer car.
Possibly for the same or lower monthly payment, but it's only open while the subsidies last.
I'm Chris Spears, and I'm a dealer for the people.
Visit Prestige Auto Sales in Ocala or call 694-1234. Yes, 694-1234. See you at Prestige.
Hi, this is Buddy Martin. If you have an award or a trophy in your house, there's more than a good chance it came from BJ Trophies Gifts and Awards. At BJ Trophies, Floyd Hirschberger and his staff have a lot more than just trophies. Among the items they specialize in are donor recognition walls and trees, personalized or engraved gifts, cast bronze dedication plaques, wide format digital printing with posters, banners, and signs, and promotional products. Floyd is the official trophy and awards maker for the Voice of Ocala radio show and is North Central Florida's leader in custom recognition programs, corporate awards, industrial engraving, unique gifts, and advertising specialties. When Angie Lewis went shopping for something to award to the winners of her State Farm Good Neighbor Award, she shopped first at BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Check them out at 1735 Northeast Jacksonville Road on North Magnolia's Miracle Mile, or call them today at 352-732-2249. BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Trophies is just our middle name.
Cookies, 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 cookies. When you want something special and fun for any occasion, get cookies. That's right. The Great American Cookie Company in the Paddock Mall, Ocala will make a delicious, fun-filled delight just for you. You might notice that I said fun and delicious more than once. That's because I can't say it enough. The next time you're at the mall, be sure and stop by or call 352-237-2557 to place your order. Cookies, cookies, Yum. Cookies, cookies. We go cookie eating cookies. The Great American Cookie Company.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Life jackets save lives. Where at Florida? Sunshine mixing with clouds Friday, high 80 to 84. Friday night, mainly clear, low 58. Saturday, a mix of sun and clouds, high 81 to 85. Sunday, some sun, high 83. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Brian May.
Hi, this is Joe from Damage Control Services. Join me Tuesdays at 10:30 when we discuss what to do when your property gets damaged, how to fix it fast, and get back on track. At Damage Control, we specialize in helping home and business owners recover from damage caused by floods, fires, storms, tree damage, mold, and all other insurance-related disasters. So when disaster strikes, big or small, call Damage Control Services. Call me 352-817-6574.
352-507-5352. 352-507-5352. 352-507-5352. 352-507-5352.
Tom! What is that phone number?
Oh, that's our new number for the Voice of Ocala text line, 352-507-5352. If you want to reach Buddy, me, or any of y'all via text. So all you got to do is text 352-507-5352 anytime.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
Ocala Radio, WOCA.
Well, we're back on a Thursday on the Voice of Ocala. It's Healthy Living Thursday with our healthy living guru. I don't know if you are you a guru? Is that a term to call you? It's not.
No,
is it?
I always feel really uncomfortable because nobody should have a guru. A real. If you want to use the word for a minute, a real guru would teach you how to be your own guru.
Right. Exactly.
That's what it's all about.
I watched a very, very different. It was a like Dateline type show or something about Lama. A Dalai, not the Dalai Lama, but
another Lama
who was this American guy who, you know, he was supposedly teaching the teachings of the lamas and everything, but he was really just using it to have like 30 different women that he had under his spell and like this cult type thing, and how they finally arrested him on. All the other lamas were like, we knew this guy was an idiot, but it's not in our, it's not in our makeup to say you're an idiot.
Right.
So, and he'd met with the Dalai Lama and everything, and so,
Truth always wins out.
Right.
It might take a while. but it always wins out.
So spring is sprung.
Mm-hmm.
The azaleas, the dogwoods, and
camellias.
Camellias are everywhere. The smell is honeysuckle starting to bloom.
Oh my gosh, I have orange blossoms all over my orange tree. And bees. I saw bees out there yesterday. I was so excited to see the bees.
Well, you weren't excited then about the Yankees Boston Red Sox spring training game. When the swarm of bees decided to swarm and tried to hive up in the right down the right field line near the bullpens, and so the ground crew went out there with wasp spray and went to spray in this huge colony of bees, because that's what we need to do: kill more bees.
Right, because they don't have enough problems.
Yeah. So, but the pollen is out, but spring is sprung, and so I know in the fall. You tell me it's time to eat rutabagas and potatoes and stuff like that, stuff that comes out of the ground.
Root vegetables. Yes, fall and winter.
It's time to change that now. It's time for me to eat what?
Well, you always want to follow nature. So whatever is blooming in nature, whatever is
I can eat azaleas.
Well, you can try, but I wouldn't recommend it. But you want to kind of follow, a guide. And it's easy if you procure your fruits and vegetables at a farm. Because a farm will usually, especially if it's a conscientious farm, they will rotate the crops seasonally. And so, they will provide whatever is in season. And that's what you're supposed to eat. So, for example, the strawberries are in full bloom right now. They're probably moving toward the end.
My girlfriend has the last 3 days in a row has gotten like vanilla yogurt she got from Earth Origins, mixed them with fresh strawberries and put them in the magic bullet and made me smoothies. Oh, they're fantastic.
Yeah, if you just take the yogurt out, you're fine.
I know I know how you are about yogurt,
it's all
but
pasteurized, nothing good in there.
I know, but still.
Yeah, so the fresh strawberries are great.
Better for me than Diet Coke.
It's lateral.
Right, okay.
It's really lateral, honestly.
But the strawberries are good.
Strawberries are great. And we just had great citrus. December, January, the citrus is always
Oranges,
really ripe.
Grapefruits.
Yeah. And then we'll come in, as we come into the summer months, you'll move into, lettuce, fresh greens. There's a lot of kale right now. There's kohlrabi. There's beets are finishing off. There's, what else are we eating?
When do the beans hit?
Spring, summer.
So that's when the snap beans hit, the field peas,
all of that. Watermelon, the melons, all come in July.
I could just eat cantaloupe and honeydew.
Yeah, watermelon
constantly.
too is really good for you. So, that's always a good rule of thumb. But, I wanted to talk a little bit today about what it's like to really make changes. I have someone who's one of my followers on my public Facebook page, which is just Lori Martin Gregory. I put a lot of really good information out on Facebook because it's quick.
Right.
And I subscribe to a lot of really great blogs and other healers. And whenever I find something really great, I'll throw it out on my Facebook page. So I usually put 2 or 3 little tidbits out there a day. So I don't know this woman. She follows me from somewhere. I think she's in Illinois or something. But she asked me, what do you eat in a typical day? What does a day look like for you food-wise?
That's a very good question.
I thought it was a really good question.
I've never even thought about to ask you what you eat on a daily basis. On a day, just
what
one day.
What does a day look like? And it can be so overwhelming. I know when I first started this journey almost 20 years ago, and I had to change my diet because my body was kicking back on me, I just didn't even know where to start. And everything that I wasn't supposed to eat was what I ate all the time.
Right.
Pasta, bread, pizza, tomatoes, anything with tomato sauce.
You had me do the cleanse, and then 90 days after with the cleanse, I was starting to get into what you called a food rut because I didn't know what to eat.
Right.
So a few things that I really liked that I know I could eat, I was eating those
all the
constantly.
Time. Right. And that's not good.
They got boring.
And your body really will reach a saturation point. You could eat kale every day, and after about 8 months, you shouldn't eat kale anymore because your body will reach a saturation point. It almost becomes immune to it, and it's sort of can't take anymore. So you really need to rotate your food. And but if you're just starting and you're thinking, well, I want to make some healthy food changes, but honestly, I don't even know where to begin. It can be so overwhelming. And I could really relate to what this woman was experiencing because I went through the same thing. there's a lot of information out there, some of it good, some of it misleading, some of it completely false. So there's a lot of information to wade through. And especially if you are having any kind of chronic pain, it's really difficult. And mealtime comes up every 3 hours. And it can really be anxiety provoking. What am I going to eat? What am I going to fix for my family? If I'm wanting to do things differently, where do I start? And so the first thing I want to say, there's 3 things that you can do. The first thing I want to say is really do what I said last week, and that is start shifting to whole foods. If you just make a commitment at the grocery store to only purchase whole foods, and then you go home, you can look online, you can type in recipe for beets, for example. You can get all kind of recipes that will come up that will give you some out-of-the-box ideas outside of your food box. It will give you some ideas for ways you might be able to prepare some of these foods that will be not only nutritious, but actually maybe tasty. So it will expand your repertoire a little bit. So, start at the grocery store, only, commit to eating as many whole foods. That's foods that are as they occur in nature. They haven't been processed. Try to eat as many of those as you can. The second thing I would say is plan ahead. Don't wait until you're hungry to decide what you're going to eat.
Because then
it's too late.
When I'm hungry and I decide what I want to eat, I decide I want to eat whatever's the quickest and easiest thing to make.
Yep.
And that's usually
microwaved something.
Exactly.
And that's the worst thing.
Not good for you.
No, because microwaves denature food. They actually zap out nutrients. They denature it so that your body cannot absorb it. And we are a microwave culture. So that's correct. You don't want to wait until you're hungry. You want to think in advance. Maybe you start with when you're at the grocery store, because now you can start thinking about, wow, I've got some beets, I've got some carrots, I've got some whatever. How am I going to prepare it? And what am I going to do? And once you start, expanding your repertoire a little bit, and you go through a season, not only will you get different dishes, but then you can go in the kitchen and you've just increased your knowledge of food combinations and recipes. Then you can get brave and start to get creative and try some of your own stuff. But you can't wait for the last minute. You got to plan ahead.
We're going to take a break. When we come back,
I'll give you my third tip.
I got a question for you too when we come back, because I like stuff like asparagus, zucchini.
Asparagus is coming up. It's almost time.
Squash. I like those kind of things. I like them sauteed. I'm going to ask you, is it better to do it this way or that way, and get your response to the question?
Okay.
Also, your third tip on what to do during the springtime to maybe adjust your diet without it being so overwhelming.
And I can give you an idea of what a typical day looks like for me food-wise.
We'll do that next. Lori Martin Gregory, Healthy Living, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Austin, I'm sitting here at the computer looking at our Facebook page, and boy, we really need to tell more listeners about our Facebook page.
No, Tom, so you got it all wrong. Twitter is the new age.
What's a tweeter?
No, a Twitter, Tom. The Voice of Ocala has a Twitter.
We do? Well, how do we tell our listeners about that?
All they have to do is get the Twitter app or go to twitter.com, type in Voice of Ocala in the search box, and click follow.
All right, well, what's the tweeter do?
The Voice of Ocala's Twitter page updates all of its followers on the latest news, guests, giveaways, and contests.
Oh, okay. But couldn't listeners just tune in weekdays from 3 to 6 to 1370 AM and 96.3 FM, or even go to online at WOCA.com? Wouldn't that be easier?
Yeah, okay, maybe.
If you need a sign or a banner for your yard or your business or your campaign, I'd recommend you go to Signs Unlimited at 318 South Magnolia in Ocala. Screen printing, embroidery, digital graphics. Do what I did when we needed signs for the Save the Marion Theater Group. Go see Vic Buttermore at Signs Unlimited if you want quality work with a fast turnaround from somebody who is deeply committed to his community and always ready to assist you. There's a reason Vic's slogan is, "It's our business to make your business better." Sign up for Signs Unlimited. Call 732-7341 today. Need a car? Need financing? Need somebody to cut through the red tape and send you rolling down the highway? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Got great credit and just prefer a quality pre-owned car at a fair price from somebody you can trust? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Want to avoid high pressure to feel appreciated and be able to choose from a wide selection of AutoCheck and Carfax certified vehicles? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Prestige Auto Sales in Ocala and Bellevue. Prestige, it's all there in our name.
On the next AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will begin the morning the way we normally do. Bring back the Bible at 7:30, News Bites at 8:35, Jim George from American Cable Services at 9 o'clock, and then a very special 90-minute Horse Sense with the Equine Alliance of Marion County.
Join the Equine Alliance of Marion County, Kelly Fuqua-Hart from Ocala Magazine, and our own Joe Martone. They'll be doing a live remote from the Live Oak International Combined Driving and Show Jumping event, the USEF 4 in Hand National Championship Show Jumping World Cup qualifier, and you can even see the Budweiser Clydesdale horses.
Kate Moss is coming on 11:05. She's an award-winning novelist. She's written a book called Citadel. In war-torn France, the bravest act is love.
And the mystery novelist Lillian Melendez will be on. She's written a new book called Auditory Viewpoint.
And then Fun with Joe, who after all morning broadcasting from the horse show might be a little horse himself. On the next AM Ocala Live, right here on The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
Hey, you guys, this is Lou, and if you don't want to be a dirty little bird sitting on the curb eating dirty white wines, you better head on down to Dairy Queen Silver Springs. They got the best, the juiciest, tastiest char-grilled hot dogs, burgers, solid filet of fish and chicken, and 90% fat-free pulled pork barbecue that's a little sweet and a little spicy. You know, Dairy Queen doesn't use processed and formed junk like the competition. So come on down to Dairy Queen Silver Springs, home of the real $5 lunch.
News Talk 1370. WOCA invites you to discover your full business potential. News Talk Radio is the perfect environment for your advertising. WOCA's News Talk format pinpoints information-hungry, better educated, high-income adults. So use us to talk to them. Call 732-8000. 732-8000. We're Ocala News Talk Radio. News Talk 1370 WOCA.
Beside you, and if you ever forget.
We're back on the Voice of Ocala, finishing up hour one with Healthy Living with Lori Martin Gregory. Lori, you were giving us tips on how to not be overwhelmed by changing your diet.
Right. I wanted to just try to break it down a little bit. I know we've talked about this a zillion times, but it really can be overwhelming when you try to make foundational changes in your life, especially when it involves food, which is something you have to think about every 3 hours, you know? So it's something that often many of us don't think about until our body pushes back, and then we have to think about
when
it.
the stomach grumbles.
Yeah, right. When the stomach grumbles, or the joints start aching, or we're not sleeping, or, you know, you hit a certain point in your life after 30, and then, you know, if you're not being mindful about cause and effect and your body, then you will start to feel things, especially if you're used to just a standard Western diet, standard American diet, of course, which is SAD, S-A-D. So, you know, it's just important, I think, to kind of, first of all, just give yourself a break and realize that if you are trying to make changes in your diet and changes in your life, these are not easy things to do. And it takes a tremendous amount of awareness to do it and do it comfortably. So the first two things we talked about was, number one, start at the grocery store. If you commit to eating healthy, start by only buying whole foods. Don't buy processed foods. There's a lot of junk in the grocery store, a lot of boxed processed stuff. I make a rule not to buy anything with more than 8 ingredients. That sort of keeps me on that whole food track.
So don't buy canned green beans and white potatoes, stuff like that. Try to steer away from them.
I would stay away from it, because if it's canned, it's probably not in season. If it's in season, you can buy it fresh. Now in Florida, everything seems to be in season all the time. But you can get yourself, they make beautiful charts out there that show what foods are in what season, and that's a really good thing to follow, as we discussed.
So start at the grocery store with whole foods.
Correct.
Then second thing was prepare early.
Right. Don't wait till
hungry.
the last minute. If you wait till you're hungry, it's too late. You got to plan ahead. You got to think ahead. Which you should start, you know, if you're buying whole foods in your grocery,
you should be planning then.
Kind of thinking then, you know, you get home, I got this pile of whole foods. Let's go find some new recipes. You know, the internet makes it so easy. There's free recipes everywhere on the internet, and a lot of them are health food based. So, and then finally, my third thing would be just to give yourself a break and keep it simple. Try to keep it simple.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Keep it simple, stupid. For sure, because it can get overwhelming. I mean, it really can. There's a lot of info out there.
So now, with those three things in mind, what does a day of food in the Lori Martin Gregory life look like?
Well, it changes. It changes seasonally as much as I can, but I'll tell you what it looks like right now.
Yeah.
So right now, one of my favorite breakfasts is breakfast bowl. And it's a recipe that I got from therawtarian.com. She has some wonderful raw food, vegetarian meals. And a breakfast bowl is just a bunch of seeds. You kind of make your own muesli.
Oh.
So you do some almonds, you do some hemp hearts, you do some chia seeds. I might throw in a cut up pear or a banana. I would put in some flaxseed. I would put in some raisins, some shredded coconut, and then maybe some almond milk on top. Or,
you had me until the coconuts.
Then we'll keep that out. You can put a little honey on top, a little drizzled honey. You can have raw goat milk, which there's a wonderful farm right here, Windmill Acres out at Lake Weir.
Right.
You can buy raw goat milk there.
Okay.
And so that's a breakfast bowl. Pumpkin seeds is another seed.
Right.
It's very filling. It's very hearty. And we're reading more and more about the benefits of seeds, grains, legumes, and any kind of whole food along those lines. So that's a good breakfast. That's a great way to start. For lunch, I might do a salad. And salad doesn't have to look like what the old salads look like. So remember, if you're changing the way you eat, you want to change how you look at food completely. So if you're going to have a salad, a really great salad is just go in your fridge, and if you've bought these wonderful whole foods, then just take whatever you've got. Take some greens, take some fruit, take some vegetables, just chop them all up, throw some more seeds on top, make a fresh, delicious dressing. If you put a lot of interesting stuff in there, a salad can be really hearty, really filling, and really pleasant to have. So I might do that for lunch. And then for dinner, I'll lead more toward a Weston Price, which is going to be more of a meat-based whole food diet. So I might do fish. I might do roasted chicken. Might do a grain like rice that's been soaked, maybe some sauteed vegetables, that kind of thing.
Right. So then all things that are great and edible.
Yeah.
So we've run out of time. I guess I'll wait till next week to ask you because I'm into my sauteing now.
Oh, okay.
I love sauteing. So next week we'll start with me asking you about good ways to saute and bad ways to saute whole foods, the vegetables that I like to eat.
And that's a really good question, and I can give you some updated tips on a really great way to do your sautés.
All right. Lloyd Martin Gregory, thanks so much. I can't wait till next week. Maybe they'll find the plane. Lloyd Martin Gregory, every week at Thursday for Pop Culture Thursday and Healthy Living. Coming up in hour 2, Buddy Martin joins the fracas. Lisa Midget is here with a very unique group of people. You'll find out more about that coming up next on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Cause I'm gonna make this place your home.
Are you in the process of planning your wedding reception? Or are you planning that birthday party for someone special? Or maybe you're just looking to throw a party for yourself. Are you in charge of this year's company outing and looking for something fresh and fun to do? Well, KT Entertainment is your answer to all those questions. We provide music, trivia, and karaoke for everybody's enjoyment. If you would like to get in touch with KT Entertainment and find out about our competitive prices, call us at 352-512-2611. That's 352-512-2611. Or you can find us on the web at kt4fun.com. That's KT, the number 4, fun.com. So remember, whether it's a wedding reception, a party, or a company outing, it's KT Entertainment for all your karaoke, trivia, or musical needs.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And so is State Farm agent Angie Lewis, working hard to serve her community as a citizen and insurance agent. Angie wants to help you as you adjust your insurance needs to your life. From everything to helping educate your teen driver to protecting your family against everyday risk. She wants to change the way you perceive insurance by developing relationships with her clients, which is why Angie and her staff are proud to be a part of so many good causes in Ocala. In turn, she has chosen to single out those who step up as leaders. Each month on the Voice of Ocala, Angie spotlights a good neighbor, saluting those who give exceptional service or do random acts of kindness to others. For this, Angie was written up in State Farm's National Magazine. Angie also supports local businesses with a regular Biz Buzz. The Angie Lewis State Farm Agency is located at 1122 Northeast 36th Avenue, where visitors are always welcome and the coffee pot is always on.
Hi, Hi, this is Tom Schmitz of the Voice of Ocala, heard daily on these airwaves from 3 to 6 p.m. People always come up and ask me, is Buddy Martin really a nice guy to work with? And I always tell them, sure, he's one of the nicest guys you could ever meet. It's a pleasure working with Buddy every day. It's almost like no work at all. Did that sound believable? I mean, wait, is this still on?
1370 WOCA.
This is James Snyder inviting you to join me each Sunday morning at 9:30 for Sunday Joy, right here on WOCA 1370.
Hey, I'm Gary. And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Life jackets save lives. Wear it, Florida. Sunshine mixing with clouds Friday, high 80 to 84. Friday night, mainly clear, low 58. Saturday, a mix of sun and clouds, high 81 to 85. Sunday, some sun, high 83. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Brian May.
Hi, this is Joe from Damage Control Services. Join me Tuesdays at 10:30 when we discuss what to do when your property gets damaged, how to fix it fast, and get back on track. At Damage Control, we specialize in helping home and business owners recover from damage caused by floods, fires, storms, tree damage, mold, and all other insurance-related disasters. So when disaster strikes, big or small, call Damage Control Services. Call me, 352-817-6574.
Putting the local back into radio. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. WOCA News. Variety. Information. Now. Keep your arms and legs on the inside at all times.
WOCA Ocala.
You're listening to WOCA News Talk 1370, Ocala's source for what's happening in today's hottest, up-to-date news and topics.
ABC News Now, I'm Daria Albinger. Looking for work, a lot of people are. The Labor Department says first-time unemployment claims rose by 5,000 last week, but the government isn't worried. It says the number is still close to pre-recession levels, and it's what we'd see in a healthy job market. Some women choose them, thinking they'd be less stressful for mom and baby. The nation's obstetricians aren't so sure about water births, though. The American Academy of Pediatrics agrees, saying there's no proven benefit to giving birth underwater, and it might be risky. You may not do it just for the money. Many of today's employees say company culture, personal recognition, and work-life balance are more important to them than salary when it comes to happiness at work. Hold on to your tickets. That's what the Rolling Stones are telling fans in Australia and New Zealand. The band put that leg of its concert tour on hold earlier this week after the death of Mick Jagger's fashion designer girlfriend, Loren Scott. Now the Stones say they've rescheduled those dates for this fall. This is ABC News.
Breathe it in, kid. Clean, fresh air thanks to these new air handler filters. They're more energy efficient, hold more dust, and are stronger than ever. And Grainger's got over 3,000 different styles and sizes to choose from. Just ordered a new batch from Grainger.com today. I love oxygen, kid. And this facility's got some grade A O2. I'm breathing easier just thinking about these air handler filters. Get some today. Get it? Got it? Good. Call, click Grainger.com/air handler or stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Do you know what that sound is? That's your new digital marketing department. And that'll be your new web designer. And that's Haibu, where these experts are joined by many more, from web designers to search marketing specialists who work hard to get your business noticed online and on mobile. Best of all, Haibu can do it all for you or give you the tools to do it yourself. To find out more, go to haibu.com. That's HIBU.com or call 877-938-HIBU. Oh, that'll be your next new customer. Haibu, made for business.
Yes, it's time again for Buddy Martin. Call him up and tell him what you're thinking. But be kind because he's doing the best he can.
I'm just sick of all the amateur stuff, you know? I mean, like, if I'm paying top dollar, I want a little production value, you know? Like some editing, transition, something, some music.
Don't worry, we didn't leave you.
He's gone? He's not gone. That's the whole point. He's never gone.
Our bosses say we gotta stay.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei.
It's time for the second hour of The Voice of Ocala.
Hoo-ah! You ever come across anything like time travel?
Come on, stick around. It's free.
If you win, you win. If you lose, you still win.
Second hour of the program, Buddy Martin joining up now after Laurie Martin Gregory and Tom Schmitz carried you the first hour with a lot of talk about diets and how to stay healthy and pop culture. And we've got a full schedule here today. In just a moment, Lisa Midget will be here to talk about her Midnight the Marion event coming on the 28th. And meanwhile, this is the first day of spring. There's some dispute about what the first day of spring is. I'll clarify that. But we know one thing. It's March and it's madness. Already we got
mad
stuff
already.
Got stuff happening already. Upset. Dayton upsets Ohio State. Guys like Tom who had them going deep in their brackets. Not good news. And more talk. Harvard leads Cincinnati 51-46.
Uh-oh.
That'd be a surprise. So, and then the other scores, Syracuse defeating Western Michigan at the half or close to it, 40-21. Oregon over BYU 37-24. Florida tees it up at 4-10 against Albany. And Austin will keep you posted on the games as they unfold. So other scores
yes,
we'll get
and the
to.
winner, if Florida beats Albany, the winner, they will play Pittsburgh, who beat Colorado 77-48.
Slammed them.
I had Pittsburgh, by the way.
The game was really over before it started.
Wisconsin, of course, 75-35. Although that game was tied early, up 20-all for a while.
Yeah, Wisconsin went on a 41-8 run.
I watched a little bit of that, but
the Oregon Ducks making a little bit of noise too, up 13 over BYU, a 7-10 matchup.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll give you those scores as they come in. Meanwhile, it's time to talk about other stuff, and including the first day of spring. I don't know about you guys, but I always thought it was the 21st. But some people say no, not true. I'll clarify that. I looked it up to find out what is the story on spring and why is it so inconsistent.
I thought it fluctuated between the 20th and the 22nd.
It may very well be the case. But you guys know I watch Wheel of Fortune, right?
You do. It's one of your favorite shows.
Okay, now, I watched it last night. I was surprised. Pat Sajak stunned. The most incredible contestant and the bonus answer he said he's ever seen in 37 years. You guys think you're pretty smart, right? I'm going to give you the letters.
No, I am pretty smart.
Oh, good. Okay, we'll see. The contestant called out HMDO.
Okay, hold on. Let me write this down.
HMDO. Right?
HMDO.
He got, with the obligatory letters, he got 2.
Now, what are the obligatory letters?
They are RSTLNE.
RST.
I'll just tell you. He got NE. And nothing else.
How many words?
Give me the words. Listen to it. NE blank. Okay. Then second word, blank, 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 blank. All right. Third word, blank, 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 blank. So he got what? 5, 9, 13. Out of 13, he had 2. So he had 2. He had NE, and he got it immediately, and Pat Sajak was stunned. So I'll give you a little extra time to ruminate over that one and see if you have any clue. I told my wife there's no way he gets this, and bam, knocked it right out of there. Amazing. So coming up just a minute, we'll have Lisa Midget and her, I guess her, not contestant, her star performer is here in the house. We're going to talk about burlesque, what it is. Midnight the Marion on the 28th, just a moment. First day of spring in 2014 is on March 20th, which will be yesterday. Now,
Yeah, today, I'm sorry. So this is the first day of spring officially. It's also called the spring equinox, or spring equinox is part of the equinox. It's one of the 4 temperate seasons, of course, we know that. And what I found out about this is that in spring, the axis of the Earth has increased its tilt forward to the sun. Length of daylight rapidly increases in the relevant hemisphere. The hemisphere begins to warm significantly, causing new plant growth, spring growth, so on. If a normal part of winter partakes, it begins to melt, streams swell up, frost if normal, come part of winter, so on and so forth. But you're right, Tom, it does, in fact, alternate. And that's why it's confusing. I thought it was always on the 21st of every month, but it just depends upon the hemisphere that you're in, as opposed to, it's different in different hemispheres. So it's spring today, and as I said, the axis of the Earth tilts forward toward the sun, and we get more daylight. It's a beautiful spring day outside, guys. I mean, this is look outside. This tree we look at every day, which has been bare, now began to burst out in green colors. You notice, as you said earlier, Tom, the azaleas, dogwoods, whatever, azaleas are going to be gone pretty quick. They're just about gone now. So this is a time of year, however, a lot of pollen, lots and lots of pollen. So happy spring to you out there. Let's, Tom, you got that answer?
So it's N-E blank.
Yeah, we got that already.
Then 4 blanks, then 5 blanks.
Yeah, your time is up.
So I got new. That's all I got.
Okay, that's good. That's one.
That's all I got.
Yeah, I wouldn't have got it either.
I got New York something.
Yeah. Well, that's a good guess.
But that's not right because there's an O that didn't get used.
Not New York Yankees.
No.
How about, you ready?
Yeah. New Jack or something? I don't know.
New baby buggy.
That's the greatest contestant I've ever seen on Wheel of Fortune.
Sweatpants, Jason?
I would have never come up with baby buggy. And I understand the phrase.
Amazing.
And what was the category? Did they give him just a general phrase or something? Phrase or thing?
Whatever.
And he didn't even bat an eye. Just said new baby buggy.
He just said there's a new baby buggy, and it happened so fast. They couldn't get it on the board fast enough, and he was still answering it, begging up other answers. And Sajak just did a deadpan like, "Are you kidding me? I can't believe this." And the guy saw it, and he went, won $65,000 for the day, I think. But it
didn't even bat an eye. New baby buggy.
Yeah.
And I was over here.
No, you could have given me 2 days, I wouldn't have got it. No. Amazing. So let's take a break and get our lady friends in the house here and talk about some things. We got free tickets to give away, don't we?
We got 3 sets of tickets to give away to this event.
3 sets?
3 sets.
These babies don't come free now.
No, they're $20 value each set.
Whoa. And how are we going to let people just call in and answer questions? Or? Let's have Miss Lisa decide what you want to do.
I think what we'll do is just have them call in and ask a question about the show, and for their interest, they'll win some tickets.
Well, if they ask a halfway decent question, informationally, we'll just lay them out.
We'll let Lisa be the decider, and that way, if anybody gets angry,
they
it's
can
Lisa's
just call
fault,
this
and that's
number.
ours.
Just call 622-9622.
That's the Climate Control Source Hotline.
And ask a question about this midnight at the Marion.
Right.
And you're going to give them a pair of tickets worth $20?
Just for their curiosity.
That's stealing.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
That's stealing. All right. Well, let's make it happen. Take a break. Come back. Next, we'll have Lisa Midget and her performers after the timeout on the Voice of Ocala.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Since 1976, Daniel L. Hightower, a lawyer, has been fighting for accident victim justice in North Central Florida and statewide. He believes everyone in America should follow the rules, including the insurance companies. He and his firm have experience fighting for victims of personal injury, wrongful death, workers' compensation, and Social Security disability, as well as serving those in need of help with bankruptcy, simple wills, and estate plans. The mission at the law offices of Daniel L. Hightower, PA, is to represent deserving clients and recover the maximum benefits they are entitled to by law in a timely manner. In personal injury and workers' compensation cases, there are no fees or costs unless a recovery is made. The law office of Daniel L. Hightower is located at 7 East Silver Springs Boulevard, Suite 300. For your free consultation, call 352-629-7777 or 1-888-LAW-1976 and visit danhightower.com for more information. Daniel L. Hightower, PA lawyer, fighting for accident victim justice, and the proud sponsor of Ask the Cops.
This reprise of Ask the Cops is proudly brought to you by Daniel L. Hightower, PA lawyer, fighting for accident victim justice since 1976. On this episode of Ask the Cop, Sheriff Chris Blair talks about sex trafficking in the Marion County area.
Well, the thing is, I mean, we had a number of cases, and we had one last year where the subject picked up a 16 and a 13-year-old. They were hitchhikers in Marion County, and basically we made a case against him, and he's doing 15 years with 10 years of probation. And we're presently working a couple of cases right now with Florida Department of Law Enforcement on cases similar to that, and they're ongoing at this point. So within the next couple of weeks, might be a month, but we will be able to discuss those type cases. So they're ongoing investigations, so I can get into the details of them. But you're right, buddy. I mean, it is here. It's in the state of Florida and throughout the country. So it's something that we got to become very, very proactive.
Men, do you know your testosterone level? Are you experiencing decreased energy levels or unusual sleeping problems? Have you noticed you have less strength or endurance, decreased sex drive, increased irritability or depression? If so, you may be experiencing problems with low testosterone. If you're interested in a free testosterone screening, please call Rinstar Medical Research at 352-629-5800. Again, that number is 352-629-5800.
On the next AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will begin the morning the way we normally do. Bring back the Bible at 7:30, News Bites at 8:35, Jim George from American Cable Services at 9 o'clock, and then a very special 90-minute horse sense with the Equine Alliance of Marion County.
Join the Equine Alliance of Marion County, Kelly Fuqua-Hart from Ocala Magazine, and our own Joe Martone. They'll be doing a live remote from the Live Oak International Combined Driving and Show Jumping event, the USEF 4-in-Hand National Championship Show Jumping World Cup qualifier, and you can even see the Budweiser Clydesdale horses.
Kate Moss is coming on 11:05. She's an award-winning novelist. She's written a book called Citadel. In war-torn France, the bravest act is love.
And the mystery novelist Lillian Melendez will be on. She's written a new book called Auditory Viewpoint.
And then Fun with Joe, who after all morning broadcasting from the horse show might be a little horse himself. On the next AM Ocala Live, right here on The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
Attention passengers for Flight 1370. The plane has been delayed at its departure point and will be at least 2 hours late. We apologize for any inconvenience.
Are you serious? It took us over an hour to get here, 2 hours going through security and getting our tickets, and now we have to wait another 2 hours.
Yeah, it's beautiful here, but we're inside this overcrowded airport all day because the plane is stuck in bad weather.
This is the last time we ever do this. When we get back, we're going to Ocala Aviation and getting our pilot's license.
Yeah, we've been talking about that long enough. It's about time we did it. Then we could just fly ourselves and never have to deal with this mess again.
Right. No long lines, no full body groping security, no baggage checks.
Not to mention never losing your luggage. Remind me again why we haven't done that?
Well, we're idiots.
Oh, right.
Attention all passengers for Flight 1370. It looks like the plane is going to be delayed a little bit longer. The airline has lost the pilot's luggage. Isn't it time you got your pilot's license? Call Ocala Aviation today. 352-861-7484. That's 352-861-7484. Hey, you've earned it. Call today.
There ain't no need to go outside. Ain't no need, ain't no need.
Yeah, there's need to go outside today. It's so beautiful outside. It just got a lot prettier inside, too.
Well, thanks, buddy. I work at I work at how good I look.
I was referring to you especially, Tom, today.
Well, I figured you were.
But kind of referring to somebody at the other end of the table. That would be Lisa Midget and her friends, who she's going to introduce in a moment. But I want to remind folks that I know you're a big proponent of stuff happening downtown. You support it. You're involved in the Marion Theater. Watch my hand on later. I do this a lot. So. And stuff happens, and one of the reasons you're doing this midnight, the Marion deal we're going to talk about is you love the downtown like I do.
Yes.
And this event, this thing that's going on here is something they used to have it a lot more, and they're starting it back regularly. Girls' Night Out. Okay? And I was reminded by Marjorie McGee yesterday from Lime Cabin about this. Tonight is the first night of they're reinstituting Girls' Night Out. And a whole bunch of businesses are taking part in this. All down, I mean, it's a list of everybody you would know here. Lime Cabinet, Market Broadway, Shannon Roth, on down the line to O'Malley's and Mark's and Stella's and Jezebel's, and the whole gang are participating in Girls' Night Out. So then they're having little parties and stuff at the businesses. The businesses are open up. So it's going to be fun. I just want to know if maybe I could, like, one night be dragged along to girls' night out.
We'd have to dress you up.
I could do that.
Okay.
I actually once put on a dress. This is a true story.
True story.
Put on a dress.
Oh, dear.
Pitched in a baseball game with a dress on. A charity game with the Red Sox veterans and the Ocala Women's Club. I pitched to the women's club because obviously some of the ladies had a hard time throwing the ball. And I actually did that. Pitched a baseball game in a dress. So tell me if you can top that one.
Not off the top of my head. I would have to think about that for a while.
In that baseball game, he threw to the legendary Ted Williams.
Really?
Yes, I did.
Actually threw the ball at his head, to be honest.
Oh.
That's time for another story.
Yeah, it sounds like we need to change
I
the
dressed
subject.
up as a woman once when Bud Light was doing those things where you could go to ladies' night and the men were dressing up in dresses to go to ladies' night. We did that in college. We didn't get in.
Tom, you're not going to be a part of this whole deal we're getting to. Okay?
Oh, I'm going to this event, though.
Okay, all right. Now it's time
Can't wait for that.
It's time for the co-host to talk now.
I was.
And Lisa Midget is going to introduce her guest. Tell me first, what is Midnight at the Marion?
Midnight at the Marion is an upcoming show that the Properties is proud to be a headline sponsor for, and there's lots of other sponsors too. Envy Salon is one of our sponsors, Jezebel's, Seven Sisters Inn, Curious Cupcakes, Phoenix Studios, Angie Lewis, your friend Angie Lewis, the White Elephant, and there's performers, burlesque performers from all over Florida and even New Orleans.
Really?
Yeah.
So we had a discussion about this. You and I did at dinner one night.
Right.
And then I came back and told the guys, and we actually looked up the word burlesque, so we knew what it was. And Austin, you can pull that up again. I know you're watching basketball, but just to define burlesque. And I likened it to a lot like vaudeville in some respects, in that regard. Jokes and funny and, whatever. There's some burlesque tease in it, what have you. So I wanted to differentiate that between that and a gentleman's club,
right,
which obviously is a whole lot of difference in the two. So I just want to get that out there now and discuss this and say, this is what the word burlesque means.
Burlesque, as defined by Merriam-Webster, is a play, story, or novel that makes a serious subject seem funny or ridiculous. It is also a kind of entertainment that was popular in the U.S. in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, and that included funny performances, singing, dancing, etc., and sometimes performances in which women took off their clothes.
Oh, there you go.
There we go.
That's the show.
Right. Well, if I can introduce our guest.
You may do so. You're the co-host.
They will tell you more about it.
All right.
So we have with us today Miss Ruby Esk. Say hello.
Hiya.
And Miss Lady Michaela Demure.
Hello.
Many of you know her from downtown.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're going to tell us more about the actual show and some of the history of burlesque. And we actually had burlesque travel through Ocala.
Yes.
Right?
Back when Shannon Roth Building, which is downtown right next to O'Malley's.
Dixie Theater.
It used to be Old Dixie Theater. When they did silent movies at many places, they could include sideshow acts and vaudeville acts, like you said. So actually, stage comics and a couple burlesque dancers actually stopped in Ocala at one point. Really cool tidbit of history that I found out. If you go to a lot of buildings that are historical buildings, you can find out that nowadays they're like bars and stuff like that. There's a bathroom in St. Augustine at a bar that actually used to be Gypsy Rose Lee's dressing room when she would come by through Florida for the circuit.
One of the most famous strippers. And actually, my dad got me her autograph when I was a kid.
Oh.
Yeah, he should play in Tampa. I like, who is Gypsy Rose Lee? I have no idea.
I would love to see that.
Yeah, I don't know what the picture is now, but yeah, she was the most famous, in my opinion, at least, of all of the burlesque queens. So, all right, so that's that explains. Now, tell me how everybody fits in. Tell me about how this program works. How long is it? What is it going to be on? Obviously, going to be on stage.
Yes.
Is there going to be music involved?
Exciting.
Exactly.
Well, it's at our historic Marion Theater, and the doors are going to open at 11, and there will be a performer.
AM or PM?
PM.
Okay.
I know, buddy. We're going to have to work at this.
Yeah, I'm going to have to. Yeah.
It's very after hours.
Yes,
It's very after hours, which I think is appropriate.
No, I think 11 a.m. would not be a good time for burlesque.
No.
That's most time when we sleep.
Yes.
Yeah.
We sleep off the show from the night before.
And we're encouraging people urging people to dress up.
Yes, there's a pinup competition and a Dapper Dan competition. So you can, both men and women can dress up as either a showgirl or a pinup or of any retro era, and they can win prizes. And the prizes from local businesses. One of them is from Properties, which I'm really excited for. And the crowd is based on the crowd. So if the crowd cheers the most and you bring the most friends to cheer for you, you're most likely going to win.
Does loud count?
Yes.
Because Tom is real loud. We can get it down. He can be a little loud.
I think that would work. Yeah.
I may be dressed up. You never know.
I think you
wear
should.
a zoot suit.
I know. I
all
love
the showgirls.
zoot suits.
We're all about zoot suits.
I think you should dress up pinup.
Yeah. Or and a corset.
I could end up looking like Betty Grable.
That works
so
too.
Dapper is not a word I would associate with Tom. Anyway, on to other things. All right. So this, by the way, we got some tickets to give away.
We do have tickets to give away. I have 3 sets of tickets to give away.
Okay. Let's see if our people are awake out there.
If you'd like
I'll tell you what we do.
What?
We'll also throw in something else on the first caller.
What do you want me to throw in?
Well, you want to give them on Mojo's? You want to give them? What do you want to give them?
Yeah, we can do that. Why don't we give them? Here's what we'll do. We'll give you a $20 set of tickets, two tickets to the Midnight at the Marion.
Right, for the first the first caller.
And $20 worth of Mojo. So you can go get to the first caller. You can get dinner. Go to dinner and then come to
$40
the
dinner and a show.
$40 you get just for making a phone call.
All you got to do is be the
$40.
first caller at 622-9622, the Climate Control Source hotline. You call in. Austin says, "Hey, you're the first caller. You won."
And the second one can get.
The second one can still get tickets to the burlesque show.
Let me get
the
this
first
straight.
one,
You call 622-9622.
That's Climate Control Source hotline.
Making the telephone call. Let me go outside and dial in. And you get $20 worth of dinner tickets at Mojo's and a pair of tickets to this?
Of course.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Love it.
We got,
guys are so
I
generous.
think we
Too
have,
easy.
And
Too
you know
easy.
what?
Generous.
Paul just won 2 tickets to the show and $20 to.
Congratulations.
That's for you, Paul. Awesome.
See you at the show.
Hey, thank you.
Good.
There you go. Paul's a winner. Awesome. Congratulations, Paul.
Paul, do you know what burlesque is?
Nope, no clue.
All right, we're going to educate you on this. You've heard of vaudeville, right?
Yes.
All right, so this is a form of entertainment that used to involve comedy, et cetera, and ladies dancing, sometimes scantily clad ladies dancing. And this is not necessarily scantily clad, but this will be somebody say a PG-rated burlesque. Could that be what it'd be? It'd be accurate?
It's tasteful.
Tasteful,
It'll be
okay,
tasteful
burlesque. At the Marion, starts 11 o'clock on the 28th, so you can take your friends or your wife or your girlfriend. All will be good, and you get to go to Mojo's first and get a nice little dinner for $20 on your tab. So congratulations.
All right.
All right, stay on hold. We'll tell you how to get your stuff, okay?
Right. And the thing is, the phone lines are lighting up now, so people want these tickets.
Hey, it's going to be a really, really fun night.
They want them. They want to see. They want them. So
Austin's got people stacked up on the lines over
just
here.
hold on, folks. We'll do the best we can for you. So, all right. So,
Okay, well, we didn't, So I didn't finish. I'm so sorry. I'm not co-hosting
finish.
well.
She'll get sassy.
I'm gonna give you the baton. You run the show. Go.
Oh dear. Okay, now I'm nervous. No, so at 11 o'clock, doors are open. You come in, you bring lots of friends. You can buy tickets there.
Mm-hmm.
So Paul, who just won, he could round up a bunch of folks and bring them. And so there'll be general fun. And then the show starts at midnight.
Yes.
That's when the ladies will begin performing. And tell them about the show because
Oh my
it is
goodness.
so cool.
I'm so excited. We have Ruby-esque, which is one of the awesome local performers, but we also have Lady Satine is coming all the way from New Orleans. We have Maven Misbehavin', who is famous in Tampa, but she's also a Vegas showgirl.
I like that. Maybe misbehaving.
Yeah, she's really clever.
Yeah.
And then we have this a glow hoopist who performs in the vaudeville circuit in the Bay Area. She's Michelle Garner. She does
I've
glow
seen her.
hoops.
It's awesome.
It's beautiful manipulation with hula hoops, but they glow.
And
Give
then
her a couple of cocktails and she lights up, huh?
Yeah, it's awesome.
She's
I think all of us.
amazing.
Tattoos and gin make me sin. But
I'll be right back. I'm going to the liquor store.
and then there's also Madame Gigi, who owns Caburlesque in St. Pete, which is famous at the L Train right now for a lot of sideshow performers that I've guest performed with. She's amazing. She will MC the pants off anyone. She's
Wait a minute
hilarious.
now. Hold it right there.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Not bad choice of words, but go ahead.
She's very clever, and she also does musical comedy, so she'll be singing for the show as well. And then we'll have a balloon act from the beautiful Ruby-esque that she's really excited about, right? Ooh! And then we'll be doing traditional burlesque and neo burlesque as well. And I'll be doing some fire burlesque.
Fire burlesque. I've seen you perform.
Yes.
You're very good.
Thank you.
You're very good. So, I've seen you a couple times.
Really? Oh.
Didn't you do Tito's party?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen you a couple times.
It was
yeah.
fun.
Yeah, I'm
I like fire.
a groupie. I follow you around.
Oh, I'm so honored. Thank you.
Fans.
She is a fan of fire, too.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
I love fire.
And by the way, just you can get your own so-called burlesque name. By doing. I'm going to try this out with Austin.
Are we doing the generator?
Well,
I've known that one.
People still
on the
calling in
phone.
for tickets. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. We created our phone lines are lit up.
Oh, wow. Thanks.
Hey, that's a good
But meanwhile,
problem
I'm going
to
to try this on Tom.
Okay.
All right, Tom. The street where you grew up and the name of your first pet. Yeah, give me the name of your first pet first.
First pet?
Yeah.
Pixie.
Oh, perfect.
All right, Pixie, what street did you grow up on?
Gardenia.
Perfect.
I like that.
Pixie Gardenia is a stripper name.
Mine would be
Pixie
Smokey
Gardenia.
Pixie Gardenia is Tom's burlesque
Wonderful.
name.
Yeah, it's a perfect name, isn't it?
I'm never going to think of you differently now.
Pixie Gardenia.
Pixie Gardenia.
Hey, we have a caller that wants to talk to the young ladies. Some guy named Tito.
I love Tito.
See, now we just talked about Tito just now.
How are you?
Senor Comas, welcome.
Thank you very much. I just wanted to call in and say that Michaela is fantastic. She's done a couple of parties for us, and she is really, really great. And she does a great show. So I just want to let everybody know that.
Oh,
Appreciate
thank you,
that.
Tito.
And now Michaela will meet you at Jezebel's to give you that $20 she promised you.
Well, I'm excited to introduce the new performers for you, Tito, so you can get a whole new slew of local and traveling talent in your connections for your cool parties.
Yeah, Tito, I saw Michaela at your house at your party. I remember.
Yep, she was there. She did a fantastic job, and everybody was real pleased. And it was
Or was that Jackie trolling the fire around? Wasn't Jackie? Was it?
I think Jackie could do it. I think she could do it.
No, and I also want to say that Michaela has really helped with all the downtown events. She's always been there for us during the Pirates. She's always dressed up, always put teams together of people to really make our downtown events a lot better. So I want to thank her on the air for that.
Tito, that downtown's pretty nice for people like Michaela. You be fired up about what's happening downtown right now?
Yep, that's right. Michaela does not only does
This is the Marion at Midnight show, not the Michaela show.
What's that? I'm sorry.
We're just chatting with the girls. We're having a conversation on the side, Tito.
You're making Michaela blush, Tito.
Yeah.
I'm like 3 shades of Ruby.
All right, Senor Comas. Thank you for calling in. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Bye,
talk to you
Tito.
soon.
Thank you.
Buddy.
He's the greatest, by the way, Tito.
Buddy.
Isn't he?
So sweet.
Buddy Martin, let me tell you how much Paul...
Can I get a word in?
Well, I want to tell you about how much Paul wanted these tickets.
Yeah.
Paul's here in the lobby waiting to pick them up right now.
I love it. Great.
That's wonderful.
Paul's in a 3-point stance when you call.
That's it, exactly. So I'm going to beg out now to go give Paul his prizes.
All right.
All right.
I just came up with a new phrase inadvertently from Michaela and whoever. Fired up.
Yeah.
She's fired up, right?
Yep.
I'm really excited. When she came to me, and we talked about it, I couldn't believe that they wanted to do it. And then I tell you, I was like, I'm a little scared of this, but I love this.
Because it's out of the comfort zone for Ocala.
It's a little out of the comfort zone for some people, but this is part of our history. You know, it's been here. We're just.
Well, I had a little bit of. I was trying to get my arms around it, so to speak, as well. And you were. Someone else told me about it, and then you came along, and I knew anything you were going to be a part of was going to be good. And
Thanks.
be classy. Whoa. So that allayed my fears in that regard. So finish telling. Doors open. Come in. Performers come up. How long does the show go? The other performers you're talking about, Maven Misbehaving, is that one I'm right?
He loves that name.
I'll remember
Not
that
as much
name.
as Pixie Gardenia.
Yeah.
Pixie Gardenia is pretty good.
Maybe we can get Pixie Gardenia for the next show.
We could. We can dress him up in a dress and make him Pixie Gardenia.
I'm going to have bad dreams tonight.
I know, that's awful. That's scary, isn't it?
I could do his makeup.
Let's get Austin's name. Austin, what was your first pet's name?
First pet's name was Maggie.
Oh.
This is beautiful. I like this already.
What was the name? What was the street you grew up on?
The street I grew up on, I can't remember.
Your first home, you remember your address?
No,
Street. Come on, Austin, give it up.
No, I don't remember. It was a number of some sort.
What's the first one you remember?
The one I live at now.
Which is what? What's the name of the street?
We're not going to stalk you, we promise.
It's a terrace, 1052 Southern First
All right,
Terrace.
Maggie Terrace. There's your name.
Oh, see?
There you go.
I like that.
Now, Lisa.
Okay, I've got a good one.
right.
Doll.
Whoa. Wow.
But we grew up in Miami, so everything was a number. So let me think. It was Avenue. Doll Avenue.
I didn't know that could work. Doll Avenue. Yeah, that could work.
Okay.
I like it.
I'll make it work.
All right.
I will make it
All
work.
right.
You know what?
Dolly Avenue.
On the 28th, I'm Dolly Avenue.
Yeah, Dolly
awesome.
Avenue. That's
With
kind of
Pixie
different,
Gardenia,
you know?
my good
I want to know what
girlfriend.
Buddy Martin was.
I'm going to be Buddy Boulevard. Buddy Boulevard.
Buddy Boulevard?
What's yours?
Fluffy East.
I like that. You could do like marabou feather routines.
Yeah, I can see some white feathers right now.
Yeah, be clever. Like Lily Sincere.
Don't we have to go to
That was her
break or
name?
something? Buddy and Feathers. Can we go to break?
Yeah,
Something.
for sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so we gave the tickets everything away, or what?
We still have
two
tickets to
sets.
give away. We still have 2 sets of tickets to give away.
Yeah.
All right.
So call up 622-9622 and just for
Climate
calling.
Control Source Hotline.
Yeah, everybody gave up.
They all tried to call in at one time. That
I
was the
know.
problem. So
I
call
know.
back now. And if you call up, just say hello and ask about it. Midnight to Marion, you get a pair of tickets worth $20.
Paul happened to be walking by, heard the radio outside here, looked in, saw the gorgeous women, and said, "I'm calling."
He's a very smart man.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back and do a little. You guys ready to play Fake or Factoid? A little bit more about the event and whatever else. You're the host. I'll let you decide. Coming up next right here on the
All
Voice
right.
of Ocala. Say 1370 AM.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM,
I'll be
and streaming
streams
live
At
WOCA.com.
There you go.
Hi, this is Buddy Martin. If you have an award or a trophy in your house, there's more than a good chance it came from BJ Trophies Gifts and Awards. At BJ Trophies, Floyd Hirschberger and his staff have a lot more than just trophies. Among the items they specialize in are donor recognition walls and trees, personalized or engraved gifts, cast bronze dedication plaques, wide format digital printing with posters, banners, and signs, and promotional products. Floyd is the official trophy and awards maker for the Voice of Ocala radio show and is North Central Florida's leader in custom recognition programs, corporate awards, industrial engraving, unique gifts, and advertising specialties. When Angie Lewis went shopping for something to award to the winners of her State Farm Good Neighbor Award, she shopped first at BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Check them out at 1735 Northeast Jacksonville Road on North Magnolia's Miracle Mile, or call them today at 352-732-2249. BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Trophies is just our middle name.
Men, do you know your testosterone level? Are you experiencing decreased energy levels or unusual sleeping problems? Have you noticed you have less strength or endurance, decreased sex drive, increased irritability or depression? If so, you may be experiencing problems with low testosterone. If you're interested in a free testosterone screening, please call Rinstar Medical Research at 352-629-5800. Again, that number is 352-629-5800.
If you need a sign or a banner for your yard or your business or your campaign, I'd recommend you go to Signs Unlimited at 318 South Magnolia in Ocala. Screen printing, embroidery, digital graphics. Do what I did when we needed signs for the Save the Marion Theater Group. Go see Vic Buttermore at Signs Unlimited if you want quality work with a fast turnaround from somebody who is deeply committed to his community and always ready to assist you. There's a reason Vic's slogan is, "It's our business to make your business better." Sign up with Signs Unlimited. Call 732-7341 today.
Like it or not, springtime is just around the corner, and so is spring cleaning and those winter projects you've been putting off. But don't worry, Sunbelt Rentals is here to make your job a little easier. Our knowledgeable staff will help you find the right equipment for any job, big or small. Did you know that Sunbelt Rentals carries heaters, air conditioners, generators, lighting, traffic control, and so much more? So whether you're building it up or knocking it down, we've got the equipment you need. Get it done, rent it now. And right now, for a limited time, you can have it for less. Just by mentioning this ad, if you rent it Friday afternoon, you can keep it the whole weekend and only pay for one day. But this is a limited time offer, so stop into Sunbelt Rentals today, Northwest 27th, just a quarter mile east of I-75. For more information, just give us a call, 352-369-9101. 352-369-9101. Sunbelt Rentals. Get it done, rent it now.
Hi, Danny Werfel here. You don't have to sacrifice convenience for local personal service.
At Florida Credit Union, you can transfer your high credit card balances to our rewards card and actually get paid with cash back. You'll enjoy low rates and a customizable card that fits your lifestyle for free.
Never tried a credit union? Maybe it's time for a new game plan.
The Florida Credit Union Wave Card, connecting your money to your life.
352-507-5352. 352-507-5352. 352-507-5352.
Tom.
352-507-5352.
Tom!
What
is that phone number?
Oh, that's our new number for the Voice of Ocala text line. 352-507-5352. If you want to reach Buddy, me, or any of y'all via text. So all you got to do is text 352-507-5352 anytime.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
You're listening to WOCA, Ocala.
Welcome back to The Source, live here with Buddy Barton, voice of Ocala. This is Lisa Midget, co-hosting today because Tom is sick in the head.
No, Tom's sick every day.
I don't know what you're differentiating today versus yesterday.
We just upgraded today, that's all.
But we're here today talking about the Marion at Midnight show, and we're here with Miss Ruby Esk and Miss Lady Michaela Demure, who are two of the many performers. March 28th at the Marion Theater, midnight showing.
Along with Dolly Avenue and
Dolly
Fluffy
Avenue,
East and
Pixie
Gardenia.
Pixie Gardenia.
Yeah, we'll all be there.
Yeah.
So,
Lisa, is it for just men? Is it for women? Is it can I? How old do you have to be? What's all that? The story on all that?
18 and up. So men, women, anyone who wants to come, ages 18 and up. It is definitely adult fun and humor, adult show. But yeah, no, it's not just for women. I'm going to have a handsome date on my arm. Mm-hmm.
If you're wondering what we're talking about Midnight at the Marion. It's a burlesque type show. And if you're wondering what we mean by burlesque, we're not talking about adult entertainment, gentlemen's club. We're talking about shows that poke fun at, the fundamental entertainment types like opera, Shakespeare, drama, ballet, musicals. It's a fun, very happy, enjoyable poking fun at highbrow society that was done by entertainers with highbrow society watching and laughing at people poking fun of them.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely got to start with satire.
Yeah, satire. Yeah. Tell me about you ladies, how you got involved and interested in this.
How did you get involved, Ruby?
Michaela. She pretty much, I was getting my hair done one day and I get a frantic text that she needs an extra performer. She has seen me act in some plays.
A couple years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
So she trusted me enough to pretty much put up a routine and just basically wing it my first time, and I fell in love with it.
What was that like the first time having to do that?
I had a half a bottle of Jameson,
which she didn't tell me about, because that's against my rules.
But after that, everything was great. Yeah, it was a good night.
I've had a half a bottle of Jameson before, and everything after that was pretty good too. So I understand.
And what about you, Michaela?
I was already involved in the sideshow
How'd you get involved in that
I guess as a student, I was part of Renaissance festivals and Pirate Fair festivals, and
where?
In Tampa and stuff like that. And I did a lot of circus and sideshow stuff. I did some fire. We did some aerial silks and stuff like that. And I was already learning all the skills, and I couldn't find my niche. I'm a terrible singer. I'm a horrid actress, so I had to find somewhere to fit. And one day, someone said, "Would you like to audition for a burlesque style show?" And I said, "Oh my goodness, yes, now that I'm old enough to do it." And I've always been obsessed with the movies with Barbara Stanwyck and Lady of Burlesque and Natalie Wood and Gypsy. So my parents should have seen it coming.
So any reason that you took to that as a young kid?
I don't know. I just thought the old Follies style of was so glamorous. And then now as a woman, I'm so empowered by it, and that's why I like seeing other empowered performers do it. And the audience too, when there's females in the audience, they cheer louder than the men. I love that.
It's funny how you'd think it would be the reverse. Some women would resent it, because what are you doing up there showing your body off or your moves off? And some people would say it's sexist and all that sort of stuff. And yet you just said the opposite and empowers women to do this.
It's a lot of performers I've met along the way, because I've been doing this for years. I've met rape victims. I've met girls that have been mugged. I've met girls who just have very controlling families. And this is their way of saying, this is when I'm in control.
So it's therapeutic.
Yeah. And then there's just some girls are just talented performers, and we found a niche to fit in. And this is just something that we picked up along the way. It's accepting of all body types. There's a performer called Dirty Martini who actually is a 6XL corset, and she gets paid more than Dita Von Teese.
Who's Dita Von Teese?
Dita Von Teese is one of the highest ranking famous burlesque dancers in Europe and America right now.
Really?
A lot of people only knew her at first because she was married to Marilyn Manson, who I guess is a rock singer. Yeah.
You could call him that.
So I guess, and she actually was one of the reasons that America caught on to England's revival of the old retro style, and that became trendy.
So there
again.
is a rebirth of this, you're saying?
Yes, there is.
Huge rebirth.
There's actually a Ministry of Burlesque in England that's really cool, and they're actually doing lessons. They have Kitty Kitty Bang Bang and Kitty Claw teaching classes, and teaching dancers how to do different skills and involve them in their shows.
Yeah. Dave and I went, and the reason when Michaela came to me with it, Dave and I, when we were in London a couple of years ago, we went to a burlesque show.
Oh, did you?
And it was so much fun. I mean, I didn't, it was all adults, and we were there, but there was comedy, and there was beautiful dancing, and it was just, it was fun. And the women are, they've got these feathers and glitter and all these girly things, and I think it is empowering. I think it is, because I'm choosing to do this, and no one's going to stop me, and it's tasteful. It's not going to be anything raunchy or.
It's not about the girl getting naked. It's about taking
right?
the fact that she's taking a glove off. She doesn't have a glove on. It's how she takes the glove off.
The glove is a big thing, I guess, in that dance routine. The glove is a huge part of that, I guess. And it's flirtatious, obviously, which is a little naughty, I guess.
And having a salon named The Proper Tease.
Yes, there you go.
It was a perfect fit.
Well, you should probably
You're meant to be.
You should have probably had it down in the salon.
I think we're going to have a big crowd.
Yeah, I think
we're going to have a big crowd.
And the fact that it's that beautiful, big, historic building is perfect.
Oh, it's great. It's a great location.
We still have 2 tickets.
Yeah, so
we've given away 4 tickets.
Okay.
We still got a set of tickets.
All you got to do is call 622-9622.
That's the Climate Control Source hotline.
You can just say, hey, I want to talk to, what's his name again? Pinky Lacey or what is it?
No, Pixie Gardenia.
Pixie Gardenia.
Has to speak to Pixie Gardenia, and you got 2 tickets to go to.
And if you ask Pixie Gardenia out, he may knock you out. I'm just saying.
So if you'd like to do, it's very simple. Just do that right there. So you ladies ready to play some fake and factoid?
Yeah. I've never played this. I want to do this.
All right, we're going to take a break and come back.
They have no shot.
We will
We are
bury.
so winning.
Pixie Gardenia will be buried. Coming up next right here on the Voice of Ocala.
The Source.
1370.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, and live streaming on the internet at WOCA.com.
Hi, it's Lisa Midget, owner of the brand new Proper Tease Salon. It's a perfect time to freshen up your cut and color for the new year. And if you really want to change up your look, talk to us about Hotheads extensions for extra volume and length. How about a blowout for date night? Give us a call. Enjoy some me time while you relax in our newly renovated salon, and check in on Facebook using our free Wi-Fi. We know you'll be happy with your new look. We guarantee it. Our style guarantee assures you that no matter what, you will love your hair, or we will fix it for free. Call for your appointment today. 352-351-1771. We're located in downtown Ocala, next to the Southside Deli. Tell us Buddy sent you for 20% off your first service visit. Now hiring licensed cosmetologists, nail techs, and front desk staff. Visit our website, thepropertease.com, for our online application. The Proper Tease Salon, timeless elegance meets classic sex.
You know, Austin, I'm sitting here at the computer looking at our Facebook page, and boy, we really need to tell more listeners about our Facebook page.
No, Tom, so you got it all wrong. Twitter is the new age.
What's a tweeter?
No, a Twitter, Tom. The voice of Ocala has a Twitter.
We do? Well, how do we tell our listeners about that?
All they have to do is get the Twitter app or go to twitter.com, type in Voice of Ocala in the search box, and click follow.
All right, well, what's the tweeter do?
The Voice of Ocala's Twitter page updates all of its followers on the latest news, guests, giveaways, and contests.
Oh, okay. But couldn't listeners just tune in weekdays from 3 to 6 to 1370 AM and 96.3 FM, or even go to online at WOCA.com? Wouldn't that be easier?
Yeah, okay, maybe.
What you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
A lack of protein is going to lead to chronic tiredness, frequent colds, and a loss of muscle mass, which slows metabolism and makes it harder to lose weight. Shoppers who try things on are 57% more likely to buy something, because once we see how cute we look in that sweater, we feel like we already own the thing. If you're dealing with a close talker at a party, create a barrier for your personal space. Hold your drink or a plate of food in front of you.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Hey, you guys, this is Lou, and if you don't want to be a dirty little bird sitting on a crib eating dirty white wines, you better head on down to Dairy Queen Silver Springs. They got the best, the juiciest, tastiest char-grilled hot dogs, burgers, solid filet of fish and chicken, and 90% fat-free pulled pork barbecue that's a little sweet and a little spicy. You know, Dairy Queen doesn't use processed and formed junk like the competition. So come on down to Dairy Queen Silver Springs, home of the real $5 lunch.
This is a public notice. Local residents can now save thousands of dollars on their next car, truck, or SUV. It's not a tent sale, because no tent is big enough to hold this many cars. It's OcalaForSale.com. Say goodbye to sticker shock. OcalaForSale.com has thousands of vehicles with no stickers at all. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge, undercutting, loss proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
News Talk 1370 WOCA invites you to discover your full business potential. News Talk Radio is the perfect environment for your advertising. WOCA's News Talk format pinpoints information-hungry, better educated, high-income adults. So use us to talk to them. Call 732-8000. 732-8000. We're Ocala News Talk Radio. News Talk 1370 WOCA.
And a drink in my hand with no bottle and no shoes, no shirt, no problem.
How about back to the program? I'm going to get this straight now. Read off the card. It's Marion at Midnight.
I'm sorry.
Marion at Midnight, not Midnight at Marion. It's the same show. It's just I've been getting it backwards. Marion at Midnight. Coming up on the 28th, 11 p.m. Check it out. Is there a number or a website or something where people can dial it up?
At the Marion Theater website, you can actually click on through to and buy tickets there, or you can buy tickets and get information at Jezebel's, which is downtown on the square, or at the door. That when doors open at 11.
I can't go to Proper Tees and get tickets?
You can get your hair done at Properties and get ready there.
You could win tickets at the Properties and Kinetic
Properties.
Motion Fitness.
Okay.
We're going to have a little contesty this week.
Speaking of contests, we got just enough time to get our fake or factoid in. This is how it works. I'll read this out. You say fake or factoid. We keep a score, and we'll have one,
and
two,
Tom
three,
wins.
4 players. And here we go with the music.
I'm going to win.
Number 1.
Here we go.
The tallest building in the world is Burj Khalifa in Dubai at 2,717 feet and 163 stories. Fake or factoid?
Factoid.
Factoid.
Yeah, it's a fact.
Oh, well, I'm blonde underneath all this hair.
All right, those that said fact are correct. You got 1 point.
Woohoo!
Number 2. A study claims the key to a perfect night's sleep is going to bed at exactly 10 p.m., having a cup of tea beforehand, and wearing pajamas.
Fake.
I'm going to say fact because it's too weird. It just seems...
Fake.
We got 1 fact.
1 fact.
And she's correct. It's fact.
There's a reason I'm a strip teaser.
No pajamas.
Michaela's missed 2. 1 more and Michaela's done.
Oh, you're out after 3. Oh, wow.
I'm the ditzy one.
There we go. All right, number 3. The Sears Tower in Chicago is the world's third tallest building.
Well, see, there's not a Sears Tower in Chicago anymore. It's got a new name now.
Doesn't matter. That's the same building. The same building.
Now, are we talking about like the Sears and Roebuck one?
Yes.
Yeah.
What was formerly known as the Sears Tower. Still referred to most people as the Sears Tower.
I'm gonna go fake this time.
I'm gonna say fake. Because I don't.
It's a fact. I'll go with fact. Ruby?
Fake. Completely fake. It's false.
It's fake. Yay! Should have followed your instincts, Tom.
Like my eyelashes.
No, I've missed two.
Number 4, the United States' #1 export is garbage.
Oh, that's sadly probably
True.
a fact.
Yeah, fact.
Lisa said fact. Ruby said fact. Michaela?
Fact.
Fake.
Tom says fake. Everybody says fact. Tom is out. I'm out. It's fact.
That's sad. That depressed me, buddy.
There you go. Tom is out. I'm out.
Well, no, I'm glad Tom's out. I'm just
Knock
depressed.
him out.
because that's our #1
Out
export.
the box completely.
Yeah.
Well, it's because the questions are terrible.
Yeah, right.
Oh, okay.
Number 5. Here you go. Who's going to win? United States #1 import is sugar.
I'm gonna go with
No.
fake.
Fake.
No, fake.
Fake and fake. All I went with fake, buddy.
All fake. All correct. Very good. Doing quite well so far.
Yeah, Michaela's missed 2. Ruby's missed 1.
Here's what we
Lisa
call it.
Midget has yet to miss 1.
How about that? These are mulligans that you don't need at this point in time. This will help decide the winner. Number 1, Daryl of Storage Wars once found a murdered corpse in one of the units.
I don't watch TV.
Oh, I should know that because my kid
sit at
watches
home
it.
and
I'm gonna
play
say
video
fact.
games.
I'm gonna say fake, but I want to say fact, but no fake.
Make up your mind.
Fake.
Fake. Okay.
All three say. Hurry.
I don't watch TV.
Said fact.
All right, I already said fact. I can't change.
Gotta go.
Fact.
It's correct. It is fact.
Dang it.
All right, number 2. We're gonna have to move fast to get this in.
Okay.
The most any storage unit ever yielded on Storage Wars was $895,000 by Barry.
Fake.
Fact.
Gotta hurry.
Fake.
It's fake.
Oh, I'm out.
Michaela's out.
All right, now these 2, finally, relationships are 85% likely to be more successful if you share at least 3 interests with the other person.
Like a fact.
I think it's pretty factual.
All right, fact, what's the score,
They're all
Tom?
nighttime.
Is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Well, Ruby missed 2. Lisa missed none.
So there you go. Final, this is called the number real quick. The human heart creates enough blood pressure to squirt blood. How many feet?
12.
25.
I would say.
Oh, you're the nurse.
All right, we got to go. We're out of time. There you go.
30.
All right, 30 is correct. It is exactly. Right, but Lisa wins the game. Lisa, you other than the number you got with them, you completely dominated the game, and you co-hosted the show. Don't
What
forget.
a great day.
Thank you so much for having us.
We're out of time. Thank you for calling once
Thank
again.
you.
Thanks, buddy.
That Michaela.
Ruby S.
Yes.
Yes. And what was your tripper name?
Oh, Dolly Avenue.
All right, stay tuned. Don't forget, Marion at midnight, coming up 28th. I'm Buddy Martin. Stay tuned for the Voice of Ocala and Buddy Sports Page next, right here on
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com. The Source.
Cross my heart like it was Texas, and you taught me how to say.
Hi, it's Lisa Midget, owner of the brand new Proper Tea Salon. It's a perfect time to freshen up your cut and color for the new year. And if you really want to change up your look, talk to us about Hotheads extensions for extra volume and length. How about a blowout for date night? Give us a call. Enjoy some me time while you relax in our newly renovated salon and check in on Facebook using our free Wi-Fi. We know you'll be happy with your new look. We guarantee it. Our style guarantee assures you that no matter what, you will love your hair or we will fix it for free. Call for your appointment today. 352-351-1771. We're located in downtown Ocala, next to the Southside Deli. Tell us Buddy sent you for 20% off your first service visit. Now hiring licensed cosmetologists, nail techs, and front desk staff. Visit our website, theproperties.com, for our online application. The Properties Salon, timeless elegance meets classic sex.
352-507-5352. 352-507-5352. 352-507-5352.
Tom.
352-507-5352.
Tom!
What?
What is that phone number?
Oh, that's our new number for the Voice of Ocala text line, 352-507-5352. If you want to reach Buddy, me, or any of y'all via text. So all you got to do is text 352-507-5352 anytime.
Men, do you know your testosterone level? Are you experiencing decreased energy levels or unusual sleeping problems? Have you noticed you have less strength or endurance, decreased sex drive, increased irritability or depression? If so, you may be experiencing problems with low testosterone. If you're interested in a free testosterone screening, please call Rinstar Medical Research at 352-629-5800. Again, that number is 352-629-5800.
This is Austin Tavern reminding you to stay in contact with us at WOCA. Find us on Twitter and Instagram at Voice of Ocala. Make sure to become a friend of our Facebook page and call us at 622-9622.
Hi, I'm Angie Lewis. Let's talk every Tuesday afternoon on WOCA, the Voice of Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Your official news source, WOCA.
If you or someone you know has a hearing impairment, Jeff Smalt, owner of Premier Hearing, invites you to come by and see him. Let Jeff make the world sound better with 2 locations, Suite 1530 in the Market Street on the west side of Ocala, or Suite 501 in Old Town Village close to Lowe's on the east side. Jeff wants to help you experience what you've been missing. Call today for an appointment, 352-236-6700. That's 236-6700. Let Premier Hearing help you hear better and save money in the process buying direct.
Hey, I'm Gary. And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line and a new spoiler and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Life jackets save lives. Wear it, Florida. Sunshine mixing with clouds Friday, high 80 to 84. Friday night, mainly clear, low 58. Saturday, a mix of sun and clouds, high 81 to 85. Sunday, some sun, high 83. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Brian May.
Hi, this is Joe from Damage Control Services. Join me Tuesdays at 10:30 when we discuss what to do when your property gets damaged, how to fix it fast, and get back on track. At Damage Control, we specialize in helping home and business owners recover from damage caused by floods, fires, storms, tree damage, mold, and all other insurance-related disasters. So when disaster strikes, big or small, call Damage Control Services. Call me 352-817-6574.
You're listening to WOCA News Talk 1370, Ocala's source for what's happening in today's hottest, up-to-date news and topics.
ABC News Now, I'm Daria Albinger. Taxman's calling. Make sure it really is the IRS. More than 20,000 taxpayers have been targeted by fake agents in the largest scam the agency has ever seen. The agents claim taxpayers owe money and demand payment using a prepaid debit card or wire transfer. Victims have lost more than $1 million. You may not need to update your resume constantly. The website Career Builder finds almost 3/4 of hiring managers spend 30 seconds or less reviewing them. A better bet, work on your interview skills. If you have an overweight or obese teenager, it may be time to shake some of the salt out of their diets. A new study says too much sodium can lead to faster cellular aging, and that can accelerate their risk of heart disease. You can feel it. Something is different. It could be that spring has arrived. The vernal equinox, its official name, came just before 1 o'clock Eastern Time. And if the end to the chilly weather isn't enough to celebrate, well, it's also International Happiness Day. This is ABC News.
Do you know what that sound is? That's your new digital marketing department. And that'll be your new web designer. And that's Haibu, where these experts are joined by many more, from web designers to search marketing specialists who work hard to get your business noticed online and on mobile. Best of all, Haibu can do it all for you, or give you the tools to do it yourself. To find out more, go to Haibu.com. That's HIBU.com, or call 877-938-HAIBU. Oh, that'll be your next new customer. Haibu, made for business.
You got to pay attention to the small things, kid. Small things matter. Small problems become big problems. Take a transformer. Rain leaks into a transformer, insulation system breaks down. Insulation system breaks down, copper windings overheat. Copper windings overheat, transformer blows. Transformer blows, facility goes dark. Facility goes dark, kid, you don't want to know what happens next. That's why I use Grainger. Grainger helps keep small problems from turning into big problems. Get it? Got it? Good. Call, click Grainger.com, or stop by. Grainger, for the...
How much time? 30 seconds. I'm on right now. I don't believe you.
Okay. Enough kidding around.
Ho, 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 ho.
And now it's time for the Buddy Martin Sports Page.
He actually had me stay here last night in his gym.
It's like I don't fit in. It's like I don't belong here.
Let's go talk to a couple of guys that never gamble.
Oh, see, I made Lewis a bet here. See, Lewis bet me that we couldn't both get rich and put you on the poorhouse at the same time. He didn't think we could do it.
Gambling is illegal at Bushwood, sir, and I never slide.
And now, here's Buddy.
Welcome to Buddy Sports Page on the first full day of March Madness. Scores galore coming your way. We got some shocking results so far. The main one being the upset of Ohio State by Dayton.
My bracket's done.
Yeah, and we're going to go through those scores now and catch you up on that and tell you the Gators are leading Albany only 34-28. But it's early, and we shall see. Doubt it will be one of those 116 upsets that's never happened. Don't expect it to happen today. Once again, Ohio State loses by a point to Dayton, the upstate rival. Not a rival, but certainly going to become one now. With the scores, Austin, update us on what we got.
Yes, right now, BYU and Oregon are playing in the second half. Oregon's winning 61-54. This is a 7-10 matchup, Oregon being the 7th seed. Just went final. Syracuse took care of Western Michigan. Very uneventful game. Nothing really to know except for Syracuse had more scores and played better defense. They won 77-53 over the 14 seed Western Michigan. Like you said, Florida and Albany at half. Delaware, Michigan State just tipping off. Don't have a score yet for that. But like you said, Ohio State, Dayton really headlines the day. Wisconsin took care of American 75-35.
And a bit of an upset with Harvard knocking off Cincinnati, 5-12 there.
Yeah, if you read much of the articles before saying that this Harvard team is a bracket buster and could burn your bracket, that they did. They beat the Cincinnati Bearcats 61-57, and Cincinnati basically gave that game away. They had so many 3, 4, 5 layups. They just missed layups. You can't miss layups this time of year. So
there's your 5-12 already.
There's your 5. Yep, and then Colorado took care of Pittsburgh. Game was really over before it started.
Pittsburgh took care of Colorado.
Yeah, excuse me. Pittsburgh beat Colorado 77-45. That's really all we have right now, but just getting started.
We'll have a halftime report from Franz Beard. He'll be talking to him shortly. Is it halftime now?
Yes, we're at the
Okay,
half.
we'll probably dial him up during the break and get his take on things. Not be able to watch the game here during the show, but I'm taping it at home and expect the Gators to pull that one out today. So, there's always somebody complaining about the NCAA, whether the time of the games, the matchups, the seeding. The latest to complain is it's a whine from Rick Pitino. And when I read it, I couldn't quite grasp it. I understand coaches get upset about a variety of topics. This one doesn't make sense to me, although certainly I'm sure that it does to Pitino. Pitino criticized the selection committee for pitting the 4th-seeded and defending champion Cardinals against 13-seeded Manhattan. Why would you say would somebody worry about a 4 and a 13? Because they're coached by former Pitino assistant Steve Masiello. And they play tonight. And Pitino says, I think the pairings sometimes lack common sense. I don't think they would put somewhere down the road the Duke Carolina game. So the matchups don't make sense to me. I'm okay with these seedings. I'm not okay with the matchups. Excuse me. I don't think Duke and North Carolina is the same things as Louisville and Manhattan.
No.
And I know what he's saying. He's a disciple of his, what have you. But Masiello was a ball boy with the Knicks, a Pitino coach of the Knicks, played for him at Kentucky, et cetera, et cetera. It doesn't have anything to do with your relationships. He talked about his relationship with Billy Donovan, et cetera. Why would Rick Pitino think that the selection committee would worry about whether he was friends with the other guy or not?
That to me sounds like, that if, under Rick Pitino's thoughts, Billy Donovan should never want to play Alabama in an NCAA game because it's a bad matchup. Right. Because it's his disciple, Billy Donovan's disciple.
Yeah.
And this is coming off the heels of Pitino coming out after the AAC championship game and saying, "Oh, I shouldn't even politic. The commissioner or the selection committee doesn't even listen to what I have to say." Mm-hmm. So then he comes out 2 days later and says, "Oh, well, why are they making me play disciples of me?" I mean, it doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, I know we got other news headlines which we'll get to, but I want to say this is from Sports Center. After 11 million brackets turned out, okay? The top 5 winners at 5.9%, Wichita State, 7.9%, Arizona, 9.4%, Louisville, 14.6%, Michigan State, and 27.2%, almost double the Florida Gators. I picked
a lot of people like the Gators, buddy.
A lot of people love those Gators, yeah. And I think Michigan State is getting a lot of play, but, I think we might be falling in love with Michigan State and saying, just because of the coach Izzo, and
they got hot in the Big Ten tournament and beat Michigan.
And by the way, I think Izzo's terrific. I think Michigan State has got a nice little club. They are not UCLA under John Wooden. I mean,
everybody's talking about how Tom Izzo gets ready for these tournaments. Last time I checked, Billy Donovan's had this group into the Elite Eight 3 years in a row. He's got 2 national championships. Billy Donovan ain't real shabby at the coaching, job either, is he?
Of course, one of the things is that Izzo's team, Michigan State team, beat Billy Donovan in Indianapolis in the Final Four.
Yeah, but that was a Florida team that was a surprise to be there.
I mean, I give props to Izzo. I think he's one of the best 2 or 3 coaches in the country.
Yeah, but Billy Donovan's in that discussion.
Yeah, of course. And then once you get past the aged veterans and Pitino and the gang, you have to put his name in there someplace, certainly, along with the other guys.
I think there's a group of about 6 coaches: Krzyzewski, Boeheim, Pitino, Izzo, Billy Donovan.
Right in there. Donovan's right there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think part of the reason people fell in love with Michigan State so much is because they were so highly touted to start the season with all these seniors and Izzo and all that. And then they had injuries.
Right.
They had Payne go down. They had a couple of guards go down. And now they're healthy. Everybody's saying, this could be the Michigan State team we expected all along.
And I agree with that.
Didn't Billy Donovan have a bunch of seniors and got a bunch of injuries, and now he's healthy again and he's winning?
Well, yeah, for sure. But this Florida team has won like 26 in a row.
But Michigan State is just getting it together now.
Exactly.
Donovan's had it together for quite a few games.
Yeah.
And he's been on a roll. And Michigan State lost several games recently.
Because of injuries. Florida was winning the games even though they had injuries.
Not quite the injuries Michigan State had.
And Michigan State was pretty much crippled. Now, I will say the Billies were as bad or worse early in the season.
Yes.
When he had only 6 players to practice, one of them was a manager.
That's what I'm saying.
There's nobody had a worse of it than that.
Well, there's a little bit of difference between playing a couple early season games against D2 teams and small D1 teams.
Remember now they played UConn with a lot of guys.
Yeah, that's true, but it's a little different than losing 2 starters in the middle of the Big Ten season.
That's true, but from time to time, Florida had its starters hurt.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And Scotty Wilbekin was sitting out.
Yeah,
and then he got hurt, and then we had everybody on the starting lineup except Patrick Young got injured at some point.
Yeah, has had some sort of ailment,
and even Patrick's been banged up. So anyway, we'll see how it goes. We'll keep checking those scores, and we'll get with the Franz Beard moment. Just take a break. We'll come back. We'll get fans on the line. We'll talk a little about the hoop. Also, other news. You want to go ahead with the headlines real fast?
Yeah, we'll hit the headlines. Devin Hester has agreed with Tom Schmitz's Falcons on a 3-year contract. The financial terms were not disclosed. He's arguably the greatest kick return man in NFL history. Record 18 career kick and punt returns for touchdowns.
Great pickup.
Do you see?
I think he'll win at least one game for him.
I so disagree with that.
Adam Scott shot a record-tying 62 at Arnie's tournament.
How about that?
He made 2 eagle putts and had 3 birdie putts longer than 20 feet. One of them from well off the green on the 15th hole. So Adam Scott is hot.
Bubba Watson and Adam Scott, you know how far they are apart after one round? 23 shots. Bubba shot at 23, about 83 today.
Wow.
Final headline of the day, pass rusher Jared Allen has agreed to sign with the Seahawks and is in the contract with the Super Bowl champions.
Wow, the Seahawks just picked up Jared Allen?
Yes, from the Minnesota Vikings.
Like they needed it.
That may be a dynasty in the making there, buddy.
It could be. All right, also I want to talk about Gator football. It's the springtime. The Gators practiced yesterday. Very good piece by Everett Adshoff on Jeff Driscoll. The Driscoll he sees now. I'll discuss that. And Franz Beard will give us the update on Gator basketball. Coming up next right here on Buddy Sports Page.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com. The Source.
Since 1976, Daniel L. Hightower, a lawyer, has been fighting for accident victim justice in North Central Florida and statewide. He believes everyone in America should follow the rules, including the insurance companies. He and his firm have experience fighting for victims of personal injury, wrongful death, workers' compensation, and Social Security disability, as well as serving those in need of help with bankruptcy, simple wills, and estate plans. The mission at the law offices of Daniel L. Hightower, PA, is to represent deserving clients and recover the maximum benefits they are entitled to by law in a timely manner. In personal injury and workers' compensation cases, there are no fees or costs unless a recovery is made. The law office of Daniel L. Hightower is located at 7 East Silver Springs Boulevard, Suite 300. For your free consultation, call 352-629-7777 or 1-888-LAW-1976 and visit danhightower.com for more information. Daniel L. Hightower, PA lawyer, fighting for accident victim justice, and the proud sponsor of Ask the Cops.
You know, Austin, I'm sitting here at the computer looking at our Facebook page, and boy, we really need to tell more listeners about our Facebook page.
No, Tom, so you got it all wrong. Twitter is the new age.
What's a tweeter?
No, a Twitter, Tom. The voice of Ocala has a Twitter.
We do? Well, how do we tell our listeners about that?
All they have to do is get the Twitter app or go to twitter.com, type in Voice of Ocala in the search box, and click follow.
All right, well, what's the tweeter do?
The Voice of Ocala's Twitter page updates all of its followers on the latest news, guests, giveaways, and contests.
Oh, okay. But couldn't listeners just tune in weekdays from 3 to 6 to 1370 AM and 96.3 FM, or even go to online at WOCA.com? Wouldn't that be easier?
Yeah, okay, maybe.
Whenever something big happens in Ocala and Marion County, Buddy Martin is there on the case.
Head coach of the Florida Gator basketball team, Coach Billy Donovan. How are you feeling right now about this team in 2013 and 2014?
You know, but I like these kids a lot. They've worked very hard. It's a good group. The most challenging part for me has been the inconsistency of players in practice.
So remember, always check out Buddy Martin on the Voice of Ocala on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Did you know that Marion County has a vast equine business? Tune in every Friday at 9:30 for Horse Sense, when we connect, communicate, and educate you on ways to participate in and enjoy all the equine adventures this area has to offer.
Sponsored in part by Infinite Day Spa, Almara Arabian Horses, and Florida Thoroughbred Breeders Owners Association, FTBOA.
Fridays at 9:30 right here on The Source.
I'm a different breed.
Hi, Danny Warfel here. Get moving with Florida Credit Union's fast and easy loan approval process.
Let Florida Credit Union start up a new car loan for you today. No more waiting, hassles, or stop signs. You can even apply online. With a strong financial team behind you, you can enjoy great rates and fast approvals.
It's all about personalized service and a streamlined process.
Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life.
Keep up with what's going on in the downtown area with Ocala Downtown Newspaper. Delivering thousands of newspapers to businesses in the downtown area, Ocala Downtown is there to keep you informed. They even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about it. It's simple. For more info, just call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223, and pick up your copy of the Downtown Ocala newspaper today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online. Stay informed on everything going on in the villages with the Village Spectator newspaper. The Village Spectator is exclusively devoted to the villages with news, commentary, and more. And yes, they have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask is that you tell them where you heard about them. Call Tom's Picks at 804-1223 and pick up your copy of the Village Spectator today. Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
All day I face the barren waste without the taste of water.
Man, that song makes me thirsty. Oh, it must be time for that segment, Around the Water Cooler with Buddy and Tom Tom. Tom Tom? Wait, Buddy and Tom and Tom. Oh, who cares? Here's Around the Water Cooler.
Stars are full of water, cool water.
There you go. It's only Tom today and Buddy and Austin, and on the phone we go all the way to Gainesville and to the man who is observing closely the Florida Gators. He is Mr. Basketball to us, Franz Beard. Franz, what do you see there, buddy?
Well, Albany hasn't only hit one shot in the last 7 minutes there, so the Gators kind of woke up out of their coma, and they'll put them away. I mean, they're just playing like a team that's kind of almost like they're trying to preserve energy. I think Billy would like to see more energy out of them, but let's face it, Albany didn't score, but only scored 2 points in the last 7 minutes and 2 seconds. He's probably not all that disappointed. I think he'd like to see them work the ball a little bit better, get better shots from the outside. They only hit 1 3-pointer. They only took 5 shots, so almost everything they wanted inside they got. No, Florida's 14 for 25 from the field in the first half. Albany 12 for 26, a little bit deceptive. They were 1 for their last 11.
Defense is clamping down, sounds like, and this is what's going to take this team a long way. As you said, we expect this game to be not close, 25 points, whatever. It could be closer, but as we've seen, but this is no Dayton, Ohio State.
No, this is not. And the Gators would have to just seriously go in the tank to lose this game. I think the one thing that Billy wants is the consistency, because let's face it, Pittsburgh is a team that's used to playing in big games. They've played in the Big East, they've played in the ACC. They're the kind of team that will seize the moment on a team that gets off to a slow start. So I think Billy is going to really emphasize getting off to a faster start, playing with more energy in the second half. And I do believe that he really wants his guys to work the ball from the outside. I think he wants to have the ball distributed all over the court. I think he wants people hitting threes as well as getting that ball inside. They can get any shot they want, though.
Well, Pittsburgh today just buried Colorado. Of course, Colorado had his star player hurt by 29. Pittsburgh is a very physical team. They can rebound. A team that could cause Florida problems, which would meet on Saturday if that's the case. What's your thought about that matchup? You think Florida would have her hands full with Pittsburgh?
Well, Pittsburgh will play them very, very tough physically. Florida is are accustomed to teams like that. The Gators can handle that. The one thing that Pittsburgh can do is they do pound the ball inside, and they're capable of getting teams in foul trouble on the inside. And if there's one place that the Gators have to be very, very aware, that is it. They can't afford to have early foul trouble against a team. So this is what they'd have to really be careful with when playing against Pittsburgh. But this is not a team that's really I don't think it's a team that Florida can take lightly, but at the same time, I think it's a team that Florida should dispose of fairly easily.
Well, we already started with the upsets. We mentioned Dayton being one, starting in, of course, Harvard knocking off Cincinnati at 12-5. We know we're going to get some of that. Do you feel like this is going to be a tournament with a lot of upsets in it?
Not really. I and I don't think necessarily that either one of those two were necessarily upsets. I mean, Ohio State is an offensively challenged team this year. They don't have that outside shooter that they've had in the past that can just knock down one shot after another. So every team packs it in. Dayton did that today and got away with it. But, this is not a great Ohio State team by any stretch of the imagination. And so I didn't think that was such a great upset. I thought Harvard was playing very well, and I think Cincinnati has been playing very poorly for about the last 3 weeks. And that game also didn't surprise me at all. I think that Florida is much better and more consistent than either of those two teams, and I don't think the Gators really have to worry that much. But they better play, and they need to have a great second half here. They need to take that momentum of the second half into the next game.
What do you look for in the second half of Florida?
I look for Florida to really work the inside-out game. I think that they've got to get Frazier off the schneid a bit. They've got to get him some shots because he doesn't need to go into that next game not having hit some shots in this arena. He needs to come out of there. They need to get him 3 or 4 shots early on in the first half, and they need to pound the ball. They need to go in and get people in foul trouble for Albany. I think they'll do both those things.
I heard people talking up Delaware against Michigan State, which I find hard to believe, but apparently they're a decent little team, like 19-14 right early in that particular game. Any other trouble, any other matchups in the first round that you think might be troublesome for some of the top seed teams?
I look for UCLA in that first round. I think UCLA is a team that could face some upset. I really don't think that they are as good as they're a 4 seed. I don't really believe they're a 4 seed. I think NC State can beat St. Louis tonight, for example. Another game to watch is North Dakota State and Oklahoma. North Dakota State has a lot of size. Oklahoma is very short. And I'll tell you something else. Watch this New Mexico State-San Diego State game. New Mexico State has incredible size. They got a guy he's from Canada. Family is originally from India, named Shim Buller. He is 7'5" and weighs about 370 pounds, and his brother Tanvir is a mere 7'3", 335. They also have a South African who's 6'10", 265 on that team, and some other guys that are just kind of normal 6'9", 6'10 guys.
We're talking with Franz Beard. Franz, you've seen a lot of the people who are supposedly smart about this game of basketball that are saying that Michigan State is underseeded and that Tom Izzo in the tournament with a healthy team looks like it's just Michigan State's to lose. And I want to argue, because I'm not a Gator homer when it comes to basketball. I'm a Carolina fan. But couldn't you argue the same thing, that Billy Donovan's team is healthy now too, and Billy Donovan's a pretty good basketball coach as well?
Yeah, Billy Donovan has been known to coach a pretty good game. And Tom Izzo gets a lot of credit. For a guy that's only won one national championship, I'm not so certain that he gets he doesn't get a little bit more love than he should. Excellent coach. But you know something? For all those trips to the Final Four, he's only come up with one win. And that was over Florida in a game in 2000. I think if the calls had gone evenly in that ball game, particularly in the second half, I think that Florida is there at the end and could have won that ball game. I thought that they got the benefit of several doubtful calls there. But with all that in mind, they're a grinded-out team, and they're capable of getting knocked off by a team that is patient and also by if the Zebras call the game fairly, because they're going to come out there and mug you.
Franz, I went through my brackets, and not being nearly as astute at basketball as you are, made my choices, and I found what I call 8 bracket beauties of matchups I anticipated. Let me see which one of these games gets your interest, okay? One is I love the idea of Syracuse and Kansas. That's going to be fun. Number 2, Virginia, Michigan State. I like Virginia in that game based on their defense. Tony Bennett's got that team playing well. Everybody's going to just sort of give a lay down and give it to Michigan State. I like Virginia in that game. Another bracket beauty I've got circled is Tennessee and Duke. Tennessee last night gets past their opponent in a sort of a playing game against Iowa. Iowa gave them all they wanted. Actually, they trailed that game most of the game, and finally got it going in the second half and started making some shots. Tennessee win that game. Now, I think Tennessee-Duke will be interesting, of course, providing Duke would win over Mercer, which I'm sure they will. So I look forward to that one. Then you got
Tennessee's got to beat UMass too, buddy.
Yeah, I know they got to beat UMass too. I think they're going to play. I think they're going to get there, though. I think they'll get there. I anticipate Wichita State. People are sort of saying, well, they aren't that good. I think Wichita State will I think they'll get at least to the Sweet 16, and I look for Kentucky to break through there. And it could be an interesting game. Kentucky, a better team, as you said, than people really think. And then you've got the Kentucky-Louisville matchup, which, of course, is one we're all going to be interested in, especially around the South. Duke, Michigan looks like it could be a possibility. And then you've got Arizona State and Oklahoma State. Which one of those matchups I just mentioned, if they happen, would get your interest the most?
The game that's going to get my interest the most is Kentucky-Wichita State. I think Kentucky, for a team that obviously had its struggles and so forth like this is kind of a redemption type ball game for them. They can put a lot of ghosts to bed if they knock off Wichita State. The Big Blue Nation will be behind them. And you want to talk about a venue. You look here in St. Louis, you got Kansas there, Wichita State there, Kentucky there, all in the same venue.
Yeah, it's jammed.
I mean, that's got to be the hottest. That's got to be the hottest ticket in the NCAA right now.
And I got Kentucky beating Wichita State, by the way. So I think they will. And they really played well against Florida. They just lost their composure at the end. So So those are some pretty good games. I look forward to that, and I'm kind of looking forward to Shaka Smart getting there to come against Billy Donovan. And Florida VCU game would be interesting, wouldn't it?
I definitely believe that's a possibility because I think VCU will beat. I believe that VCU will beat UCLA.
I didn't mention UConn and Villanova. If Villanova gets so, any sleeper team? Some people like Iowa State as a team that they're getting a lot of play in Vegas. Everybody loves Michigan State.
I think Iowa State could make the Final Four.
Do you really?
I really believe Iowa State could make the Final Four. Mm-hmm. They have a guy. This low post player. They have Georgie Niang. He played with Nerlens Noel, and everybody was there looking at Nerlens, and this guy somehow or another slipped under everybody's radar. Iowa State Fred Hoiberg was the first one on him, and so it was interesting that he did not have tremendous amounts of Division I offers. He's 6'7", he doesn't jump well. All he does is score, though. He gets into low blocks, and he scores consistently. He's an amazing down low scorer. Florida got in on him late, but by that time he was already pretty much firm and committed to Iowa State. But Florida got in on him very, very late. Too late. I think Florida would have loved to have had that kid.
Friends, I'm looking for one team that nobody's talking about that might slide through under the radar, and I think the West is loaded with them. I can name 2 or 3 that you would people. Nobody's talked about Oregon, very much. A team that conceivably could knock off Wisconsin. I don't pick them to, but then you got Creighton. A team that's probably the best high seed is Nebraska. Nebraska is a better team than their seeding would indicate at 11. And I like them to advance a couple of rounds. And then you got teams like Lon Kruger's Oklahoma team. Can we totally dismiss them? Or do they have a shot at making a little bit of noise? And then, of course, we've got situation in Oklahoma State. What's going to happen there? Any of those teams, which one of those teams you pick to get under the radar?
I don't like Nebraska too. I think Nebraska is way overrated myself. They did well. I think, all in all, I think the Big Ten was overrated this year, and I think we'll find that out in this tournament. I think Wisconsin is the best team in the Big Ten, and they won today quite handily.
But they're the second seed. They're expected to win. I'm talking about teams that aren't high seed.
They should win. They should win. But I like I said, I think that we're going to see that the Big Ten was a little bit overrated. I don't think Oklahoma has the size. They really play a 4-guard lineup. They get great shooters. You play them in a zone, they'll kick your butt. But I really think that all things said, I think Oklahoma doesn't have much of a chance. I like Oklahoma State now. Oklahoma State is a team with Marcus Smart. I know he had that bad goof earlier in the year, and I think he was so frustrated. I think he was trying to take on too much, and I think that he is the kind of guy that can will his team to win. A lot like what we see with Scotty Wilbekin, a guy that just you get in clutch situations, and somehow, some way, this guy will come up with something that will make your team work.
Speaking of Scotty Wilbekin, by the way, the Gators are not having the best of it right now. 37-35 Florida at 15:56. So the Gators struggling a little bit against a 16-seed Albany. So looks like they're lethargic in the second half too, Franz.
Yes, they do. They're not looking very good right now, but I think that will change. I really do. I don't think that we got anything to worry about. It may end up being closer than we think, but I still think that Florida is Florida's Florida. The Gators are going to be fine.
All right, Franz, appreciate it. We'll probably check in with you tomorrow sometime to see what's going on, keep up to date, and catch you again on Monday. And Mr. College Basketball, Franz Beard. Thanks for your time, Franz.
Thanks a bunch, guys.
All right. Okay, it's close.
Well, 37-35 right now.
Yeah, I know.
15:56 left to go.
I think I just said that earlier. There's 37-35, 15:56. So we'll keep update on that game. Meanwhile, we've got Delaware and Michigan State. Delaware not putting up the fight. Some people thought the Blue Hens down 27-18 to Michigan State. We'll come back and check all the news, all the scores right here on Buddy Sports page on
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com. The Source.
You know what that anticipation feels like when you're about to open a gift? In a Box offers personalized gifts. Everything you'll need for that special occasion. In a Box. Holidays, birthdays, graduations, spa days, weddings, anniversaries, get-wells, and more. In a Box. Visit inaboxcelebrations.com and pick your theme. There's even a corporate option. Inabox creates the magic, and you'll be the rock star. Visit inaboxcelebrations.com, partnered with Woodley Gardens.
If you didn't catch Around the Water Cooler on Buddy's Sports page this week, here's what you missed.
There's not much pretty about Scotty Wilbekin deking on his cat and mouse routine, darting in and pulling back almost like a semi-do-over, dumping a ball screen to Will Yegat, a guy who only shoots as a last resort. The heart of their offense, however, is their defense and their zone trap. They turn over the opposing player and attack their will. They've come a long way since Donovan had to scour the parking lots for a quorum to hold practice. And even though it took his former team manager to fill the void and walk-on Jacob Kurtz came aboard, he has wound up playing significant minutes. It is true, the experts say, that success is 90% about showing up. And the firm of Wilbekin, Young, Prather, and Yegat, the seniors, will all graduate magna cum laude from Donovan's School of Grit and Determination.
Around the Water Cooler, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5 o'clock on Buddy's Sports page, right here on WOCA, The Source.
Hi, this is Tom Schmitz, the host of the Saturday Sports Page on WOCA. The Saturday Sports Page is your weekend destination for everything sports, from NASCAR to golf, baseball to boxing, and of course, the best, most comprehensive football coverage on the radio. Also, you don't want to miss my weekly "Are You Kidding Me?" rant. So join me, Austin Tapman, and Josh LaSalva every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. for the Saturday Sports Page on WOCA, The Source.
Look who just walked in the room. Joel Wiesner from What's Up Ocala. Hey, Joel, I'm looking for something to do this weekend. You got any ideas?
Absolutely. Check out our event calendar online at www.whatsupocala.com, and there is plenty of events there for you. Daily news updates to event reviews and magazine articles.
Really?
We've organized it all in one place online for you to cut through all of the hassle of finding something to do this weekend. We have a daily event calendar, a bi-monthly magazine, and we also do daily news articles.
All right, Joel, that's perfect. Thanks so much.
Yeah, whatsupocala.com.
Hi, I'm Yvette, and I'm here to tell you a few things about ABC Frederick's Appliance. They sell not only new, but used guaranteed appliances. When you call ABC Frederick's Appliance, they will provide service on what they sell and any appliances that you own. ABC Frederick's Appliance is located in Bellevue, right over the railroad tracks. Call 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. ABC Frederick's Appliance.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. We are located in the heart of downtown Ocala, right next to the historic Marion Theater. I'd like to invite you to stop by and see our new boutique area and meet our staff of professional stylists. Here at Hello Gorgeous, we are ready for prom season with updos and makeup. And with summer coming, now's the time to book your appointment to get that Brazilian blowout or start with your summer highlights. But don't stop there. We are a full-service salon offering manicures, pedicures, and facials also. So if you've been searching for a salon to call your own, come and see us at Hello Gorgeous Salon. We are located at 48 South Magnolia Avenue in downtown Ocala, right next to the Marion Theater. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon at 351-5358. That's 351-5358. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too.
Hello, gorgeous.
Your home is safe, or is it? AA Lock, Dock, and Security. The name has been a staple in Ocala since 1985. Do you have the right equipment in place to have peace of mind when you are at home or away? AA Lock, Dock, and Security has the right people to install and monitor your home or business. Call today for a free on-site security analysis. Call 867-1965. AA Lock, Dock, and Security, 219 Northwest 10th Street, 867-1965.
Gets the foul and the free throws. And he's going to the free throw line, and one of the reasons
But with the dawn I'll wake and yawn and carry on to water.
All right, Randall Water Cooler here. Tom Schmitz heads out to Orlando tomorrow to Arnie's place. Talking about that in just a minute. Giving you up-to-date minute coverage here. Florida leads 39-38. And a little tougher game than expected over Albany. And it's 14 minutes to go. Looking at the numbers here, looks like they haven't gotten Frazier involved at all, Austin. Not a single point scored. Prather has 12. For Albany, as you said, they're making uncontested shots, but they're making contested shots. Evans has 14. Johnson has 8. So those guys are scoring on them pretty well there. In the free throw department, Florida already has 5, and so to 3 by Albany. And going to the line, Florida is stat went away. I can't see it now. Anyway, those are some of the numbers. Patrick Young just made a dunk, and Florida went ahead 42-39. So there you go on that.
Yeah, like Franz Beard said, it looks like Florida's just kind of lethargic through this game. They're not really playing hard. They don't really seem like they're focused on what they're trying to do. But I think Bailey will get them focused and get them finished off. But like I said, Albany's making good shots. They're making defended shots. They're contested shots. And they're probably playing about as well as University of Albany can play right now.
Yeah, 7 turnovers to Florida because Albany's got 4. So they're turning the ball over a lot, not rebounding great, and sleepwalking a little bit. But this is a team, the way this team is has played all year. They play down to the level of the competition, no matter what it is. They play up to the level of the competition.
Right.
So
and they kind of lull you to sleep until about 10 minutes. Seems like every single time, 10 minutes left to go to second half, they just kind of turn a switch and.
Oh yeah. In a way, though, you'd rather not go out and blow out the team. You'd rather have a little test. You like to have guys get a little overconfident.
Right.
So just remember that they're not super team. They got to win. They got to earn everything they get.
In the past 3 or 4 games have been tests. They got tested against Tennessee and Kentucky, and now here against the Great Danes of Albany.
Yeah, 44-39 now. Casey Hill just made a steal.
Casey Hill
was got a late layup out of it, 44-39.
Yeah, he was a game time decision. He has a turf toe, and now he's one of the best players right now.
He's got such speed. That's what I like to say. I love it when he pushes the ball up court late in the game.
Yeah.
Where the big guys are having a hard time getting back.
Right.
He's a jet.
Yeah, he's got to be careful with his decision making though, because as a freshman, he kind of you're going to take the good with the bad, but when he's on, he's really good.
Albany just turned it over. Evans turned it over, so Florida has the ball now, 44-39 with 13 minutes and change left to go. We'll keep you up to date on that as you're driving down the road, so you'll know what's happening in case you're not listening to the radio play-by-play.
Right.
Meanwhile, there's golf being played down at. You know what this course used to be? Where this thing started? It was called the Citrus Open. It was at Rio Pinar. That's where this tournament started. And many, many years ago, Laurie Martin Gregory was a small baby, like 4 or 5 years old. We went to the tournament. The Orlando Sentinel was out, took a picture. Her picture was on the front page of Orlando paper she had a whole bunch of oranges. They were giving away free oranges, Citrus Open. And she had her skirt, she was holding these oranges, and she was on the front page of the paper. Rio Pinar, that's become the tournament that Arnold Palmer has hosted all these years. And once again, the field a little bit down this year because Mickelson's not playing, Tiger's out, what have you. But
other than that, everybody who's anybody in golf is in this golf tournament.
I think there's one foreign player's not there. It's pretty good. So anyway, what you got for the
Adam Scott turned in a 62 today, 10 strokes, 10 shots under par. He's followed by John Merrick and at 8 under, and then Ishikawa is at 7 under. Davis Love III, a notable, is at 2 under. Billy Horschel, Gator golfer at 2 under. Camilo Villegas, also from the Florida Gators, at 2 under. But the score of the day, buddy, and he withdrew from the golf tournament after turning in this score. Bubba Watson, 83, 11 over par.
Yeah, a little separation from him and the leader. 23 shots. So, all right. So there's no wind or anything, and
the course is out there for the taking.
When you play at 10 under par, the golf course is just giving it up for you.
It is.
So there's some scores to be had out there today, and I got to think probably that 10 under will hold up. But this is still some scores.
I don't know. John Merrick's got 2 holes to play, and he's 8 under.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. It's very OB. So you're headed down tomorrow.
Yes, hopefully. I just got some news I'll tell you about in the break that may stop me from doing all of that.
But sorry to hear that.
Yeah, so. But I plan on going down there right now.
All right. It's 45-39 now.
By the way, just give you an update. Talk about the Gator game, obviously, buddy. Albany's starting point guard, DJ Evans, just went out. Looked like Casey Hill inadvertently kicked him in the head. He was down for a loose ball. DJ Evans is leading them with 14 points. He walked off gingerly. Looks to be okay, but that would be a huge loss against the Gators for Albany.
Yeah, Casey Hill knocking down a free throw and making it 45-39. So keep up to date on that. And again, I don't know what the game time is on Saturday. If Florida plays Pitt.
7.
7 o'clock Saturday night?
Yes.
Okay. And that's on TBS or is that CBS?
I don't know. It's either TBS, TNT, CBS,
True TV.
or True TV.
Today, True TV and TBS. I got my DVR set to both of those.
Yes.
True TV and DVS. So True TV and TBS. So and CBS has got some games too. They've been showing some games in the afternoon.
Yeah, they all. all
CBS,
four
True TV, TBS, and TNT.
Yeah, so we'll watch that for sure. All right, a little golf tomorrow. I want to talk about Gator football for a minute.
They opened practice back up for a little bit.
And Muschamp said it was a typical first day yesterday. And the report I read, Robbie Andrews, who's a very experienced reporter, been around the Gators a long time, talked about the tempo, and it seemed like they were moving fast. They seemed to grasp the tempo that Kurt Roper had out there for them. Robbie says the offensive players were moving around the practice field at a fast pace, quickly getting lined up and running off plays with no huddles and little or no wasted time between naps, which is a good thing to know. The most encouraging thing I've read lately was Edward Aschoff, who used to do recruiting here for the Gainesville Sun, and now is ESPN. And he wrote a really good piece about Jeff Driscoll. And if you think about Jeff Driscoll, you have to wonder which Driscoll we're going to see. The Jeff Driscoll that came into last season was full of confidence, not so much by the time they teed it off. You could tell looking at him and interviewing him and talking to him, and watching his feet, that he was not settled in at the quarterback position. He made poor decisions in his first couple of games until he got hurt and lost for the season. He was not a comfortable player. And I just read a couple of paragraphs today on the Ashoff story, and Edward's been around for a while. He's a young man, but he's a very astute reporter, and I like what I heard. I'm going to read this to you. Ashoff said, just looking at Driscoll, you can sense things are different. There's no anxiety in his eyes, and his shoulders are slumped. He jokes with a stadium staffer and giggles like a child. He leans back in a chair, legs propped on a desk, with his vertical ankle scar visible to the world. It's a mark that keeps Driscoll, who will be a redshirt junior this fall, humble and hungry. It's a constant reminder of how much was taken away when Tennessee defensive lineman Marlon Walls awkwardly landed on Driscoll's right leg, breaking his fibula in Florida's third game. Driscoll said, "You wouldn't imagine how much muscle you lose in 6 weeks. It looked like all bone. The bone was sticking out of my skin. That's what it looked like to me. It was flopping all over the place down here." He pointed to his calf. Driscoll, meanwhile, has been powering a one-legged scooter around campus. I don't know what a one-legged scooter is. And constructed a makeshift scooter ramp out of 10 computer mats just to get to the front door of the house. And he said fixing his sandwich and taking his shower went from being routine to grueling. I think Jeff Driscoll's got something to prove. They've been talking about it, the negative response they got from him last year. I think Driscoll is going to be a project that will be salvaged. If Jeff Driscoll can become the player that we think he was going to be, Florida has a chance to turn things around in Gainesville. I'm just going to say it right now. I've got a good feeling about it right now. I had a good feeling about Roper. I've got a good feeling about Driscoll. If they come together, this could be a team worth watching again. I'm just saying here on the first day of spring. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll update you on the Florida score, and you keep it right here on the Voice of Ocala Buddy Sports page.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Recent reports reveal the average car is 11 years old. Yikes! We've got a car health crisis in this country.
Chris Spears here from Prestige Auto Sales. I'm on a mission to help people get rid of the old car they hate, so I've created the Old Car Exchange.
Trade in your old car early, regardless of age, mileage, and condition.
Even if you still owe $2,000, $3,000, or $4,000 and drive away in a nicer, newer car.
Possibly for the same or lower monthly payment. Plus, based on the sale price of the nicer, newer car you choose, you may qualify for a car health subsidy.
And get up to $4,220 more than the appraised value of your old car. Stuck in an old car because of pre-existing credit conditions?
Our For the People credit approval process is just what the doctor ordered.
Trade in your old car early and drive away in a nicer, newer car.
Possibly for the same or lower monthly payment, but it's only open while the subsidies last.
I'm Chris Spears, and I'm a dealer for the people.
Visit Prestige Auto Sales in Ocala or call 694-1234. Yes, 694-1234. See you at Prestige.
If you didn't catch Around the Water Cooler on Buddy's Sports page this week, here's what you missed.
When you think of the top 5 golfers in the world, Roy McIlroy, Phil Mickelson, Graham McDowell, Luke Donald, Lee Westwood, and yes, even Tiger Woods are all names that come to mind. But according to Patrick Reed in his post-win interview after the WGC event this weekend, he's a top 5 golfer.
Not so much, but go ahead.
His resume is impressive.
That's awesome.
His resume is impressive. He's also the youngest player to ever win a WGC event. While you might not agree with Patrick Reed's statement about where he ranks, and I disagree with him as well, his bravado is refreshing on a tour that needs a little attitude right now. He may not be a top 5 yet, but his bravado to me is number 1, and his pedigree is really good too.
Around the Water Cooler, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5 o'clock on Buddy's Sports page, right here on WOCA, The Source.
Hi, Carl Champley here. Join me every Saturday afternoon for DIY Live, your complete guide to getting that DIY project started and finished the right way.
And when you need the right product for that do-it-yourself project, visit the DIY Home Center outlet right here in Ocala, just 2 miles east of I-75 on Northwest 10th Street. From carpet to doors to real wood cabinets, visit the DIY Home Center outlet today and tune in to DIY Live.
That's DIY Live Saturdays right here on WOCA, The Source.
Hi, this is Jody Saulnier. Jeff and I are the owners of J&J Jewelers in the Jasmine Plaza, which is located at the intersection of State Road 200 and Airport Road.
We're third-generation jewelers, voted Ocala's favorite jewelry store for the last 5 years.
We carry a wide selection of new and estate jewelry, bridal sets, and citizen watches. J&J Jewelers specialize in jewelry repair and custom-designed jewelry, including wedding sets.
All of our repairs are done on site and can even be done by appointment while you wait. J&J Jewelers is open Tuesday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturday, 10 to 2, and closed on Sunday and Monday.
Stop by today or visit our website at jandjjewelersocala.com or call 352-401-0001. You will remember our custom design made for you by us at J&J Jewelers. Proud to be made in America.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need
too.
my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new truck.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
All right, Gators hanging in there. Now, moving on a little ahead, 51-42, and Gators with 10 minutes to go should have this game in hand. Patrick Young now has 10 points and 8 boards. Casey Prather with 12 points right now. So still, Michael Frazier finally hits a 3. And he has just got 3 points. They got to get more production out of Michael Frazier. They can't, especially against a team like this. I don't know if he's getting his shots or what. Wilbekin's got 6. Will Ugette's got 2. And in terms of the rebounds, it's all Patrick Young, and the next highest is 3 by Michael Frazier. So he's contributing something.
Buddy, this could be a concern for later games, albeit it's the first game of the tournament. But if they get into a game like this, low-scoring game where nobody's really scoring, who are they going to go to?
I think Wilbekin knows when it's time for him.
Yeah.
It's go time for Scotty. He gets it. He probably realizes they don't necessarily need him right now. And I think what they got to do to get the ball against a team like this, I would think, get it down the low post and let the big guy go to work.
Yeah.
And Frazier's got to hit those threes to open that up. And then Prather's having a good game. So
yeah, right now Casey Hill's in with Scotty and Michael Frazier. So Scotty's playing the 2 guard. Obviously, Michael Frazier be playing the 3. So maybe Billy's trying to get Scotty a couple shots.
And what would worry me was the way Dorian Finney-Smith has fallen off in point production the last couple of games.
Yeah.
He has not scored the ball well at all. It hasn't scored it well today.
A couple of things I read from Billy Donovan is that when Dorian Finney-Smith doesn't get off to a good start, he just kind of spirals downward and doesn't really have a good game. So for him to necessarily have a good game, he needs to start off well.
But he also is the team's leading rebounder, too. Don't forget that.
Yes.
And he does have 12 points today. So he's contributed something there. And his rebounding, he's got 3. So Finney-Smith's got to be an integral part of that. He's like a starter as a 6-man.
He would be a starter on a lot of other teams.
No, he's like a starter. They get him in the game early, and he participates. He plays lots of minutes. He'll get his minutes for sure. So other than that, Casey Hill was 6. So it's 51-43, 9:51 to play. We'll keep you up to date on what's happening there. Meanwhile, we got basketball tonight. I know we got St. Joe's and Connecticut and UConn. Take a look at that UConn team that beat Florida. They play tonight at 6:55 on TBS. Wofford, the mighty Wofford. What's their nickname anyway?
I'm pretty sure they're the Tigers or Bulldogs or some sort of.
Come on, look them up. I should know that.
Some sort of dog.
You think?
Terriers, the Wofford Terriers.
Terriers. You think
Terriers, yes.
Is that what they are for sure?
Yes, in the Southern Conference.
All right. I couldn't remember this. Apologize to all you Wofford fans out there.
Yeah.
Both of you.
The 2 at 15.
Yeah.
It's a 2 versus 15 game. Michigan, they tip off at 7. NC State, who just came off their first 4 win against Xavier, tips off against St. Louis. I think NC State can win that game, buddy.
Yes, that's possible.
And then the 5-12 matchup, everybody seems to be talking about. North Dakota State plays
Everybody
Oklahoma.
loves North Dakota State. I like Oklahoma and Lon Kruger. I just like, everybody's falling in love with it. Well, they're Cinderella. So what the, of course, earlier today, American got knocked off by Wisconsin by 40s. And Pittsburgh hammered Colorado by 29. Harvard upset Cincinnati. The BYU lost to Oregon 87-60. I want to thank our guests today earlier, Laurie Martin Gregory, of course, along with Lisa Midget and her gang. Don't forget the 28th, Marion at Midnight. And on behalf of my France Beard, too, by the way, on behalf of my broadcast partner, Tom Schmitz, and for Austin at Statman Tatman, I'm Buddy Martin. Have a great night.
Whenever something big happens